lost thing back. Um, Others of you almost got it back, and it was whisked away under your nose. You are all still in Bavlorna's cottage. Now, what were we doing? Did we do a long rest, or are we waiting on that?
We're technically supposed to be doing a long rest at the, like, frog village, but we never got there in the text
Yeah,
RP.
I think our consensus was let's get the fuck out of this house before we take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now keep in mind you're supposed to be, if you, essentially after your business with Bavlorna was finished, your plan was to go meet up with Clapperclaw, Roomba, and oh god, I forgot her name
Balloon
already.
lady.
Yeah, the balloon lady.
Balloon and
But
Stein.
we also have to get the heart
The
back
heart.
to what's his face? Elf dude.
Octavian, yes.
I remember the
Let me
plot points, I don't remember any of the names.
Let me recall the name of Morgort.
That's why I don't remember it.
Morgort, the Knight of Warts. She was one of Sir Talavar's accomplices, along with Wigglewog, the other bullywug, the bullywug that died in the balloon crash. She was the one that helped Sir Talavar escape and was imprisoned, and you all freed her from imprisonment, and she offered to pilot the balloon for you when you wish to escape downfall. So you do have an escape waiting for you. At this point, I think they've been waiting like maybe a day for you all, or at least Morgort has. Clapperclaw and Roomba went over there around the time that you got to Bavlorna's cottage originally. So, what would you all like to do?
Can I ask a logistical question? Although our characters would probably have no knowledge of this, is it probably safe to assume that an air balloon trip is going to take a while?
Yes.
Hmm.
So maybe we could sleep in the air balloon.
I mean, that seems reasonable.
Is Rex going to be able to sleep in the air balloon?
Yeah, that's a good question.
To be seen.
I mean, I can just kind of fold my arms and legs into the shell thing, so I take up a lot less space, really.
You just wouldn't be able to come out for however many hours we were in the air.
Or you could lay
That's probably going to happen.
It was
happen anyway.
It was less a logistical question, more a like Rex terrified question.
Oh, I mean, we're going to have to figure that out when we get to it, but it's not going to be good.
Rex could always lay on his back and let the fairies set up camp on his stomach.
Whoa, you can't get a turtle on its back?
We're about to.
I'm worried if we go up in the air balloon and try to take a rest, well, we might get accosted by, awakened clouds or something.
Awakened clouds.
That'd be bad, but I mean,
it'd be bad if they were wanting to menace us, or they could just, be talkative. Who knows how often they get a good chance to have conversation up in the sky with someone other than a cloud.
Oh my god,
So what I'm hearing is we should just have a nice little stroll towards the balloon, and we'll hope that there's no cloud men.
Or we gotta go to Octavian first.
Oh right, yes, we have to give him back his thing.
Don't we have to go all the way back around the damn lake now?
Oh yeah, well, you wanted to do the nice thing. Sorry, that'd be more like you want to do the nice thing, so don't
Hey, that was not in character. That was a realization of fucking we're gonna have to go all the way around this damn map again to get back to where the balloons are.
It's okay. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna force you all to stay in downfall much longer. I'm not gonna draw it out. So we can skip straight to the toadstool patch if you want.
Let's do that.
I am down with that.
Okay. Let's go back over here. Let's find your doop. All right. You all make your way down out of Bavlorna's cottage, and you get in the boat. In Rex's case, you swim. You reach land again, and after a few minutes of walking, you know the direction you're going. That same melancholic tune begins to waft into your ears as you approach the dusky toadstool patch. And there, in just about the same position he was the last time, is Octavian. He's at this time he's actually sitting on top of one of the smaller toadstools, playing his flute.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Tattle's
gonna-
gonna fly over there.
Go on, shoot.
Does Tattle have the heart with him, or who has it?
Tattle has it. Tattle had it in a jar.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Tattle will hold out the jar, and seem as though he's going to hand it to Octavian.
Octavian hears the flap of your wings as you approach and stops playing his pipes and looks over at you and looks at the jar, and he's like, is that what I think it is?
It ain't no cucumber pickle jar. Hold on a second. Let me pop it open. And he unscrews the jar. He's gonna hold it over to Octavian to get the heart out himself. Go on. It's your heart.
Not sure how to get it back in you though.
He takes the jar out of your hands, and he looks at it and he says, well, I reckon that something would need to break the curse.
Oh, Tattle just rubs his chin. He's gonna land beside him and just like, just be deep in thought.
Do you know what the curse was exactly?
I mean, no, just that it is a curse. I assume fancy magic type people know how to get rid of things like that.
Can Tattle try an Arcana check to
Sure.
try and
Yeah.
discern the secrets of the heart?
Doc gonna just shrug and be like, fresh out of those.
And
Look at me.
1 second, got to turn on my.
I don't know.
Can-
Technically, like a greater restoration or something, probably, which we do not have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we like cure wounds it into him? Just slap it on his chest and give him a little kiss and make it meld.
The American medical system for you.
There we go.
Tattle, as you try to, you start thinking real hard, and you try to kind of get in tune with the magic that is, surrounding both Octavian and the heart, and it doesn't feel super powerful. You think that just a simple remove curse spell would do the trick.
Damn.
Remove
So basic.
curse. I mean, I have lesser restoration.
What does lesser restoration do?
It doesn't say anything about curses. It's like removing blinded, poisoned. Greater restoration is the one that removes curses, and we don't get that for a bit.
I thought Zinni had removed curse.
Denny?
Mandy, do you live?
I'm here, but I don't have remove curse.
Third level, it's only clerics, paladins, warlocks, and wizards.
Okay.
Warlocks get remove curse?
I used to have detect magic, and then don't have that now. So, but it wouldn't have done anything.
It might only be on certain warlock spell lists, certain subclasses. But literally the only one that could have it in this group is Doc.
I do. It's on my spell list.
Which he does not have.
unless you allow me to swap like one other spell to it just for this purpose, which I am willing to do. I will change out like hypnotic pattern or something to get remove curse just so we can help this poor stack of shit.
Let's make it interesting. Let's do a roll for it. You know what, Doc? Do an insight check.
An insight check on this dude?
No, on yourself.
On myself?
How well do you know yourself, man. Doc?
Do I have to? What is this self-reflection? I hate this. Oh no!
Also, that's so accurate, though.
that is painfully accurate.
Not even on my list.
You do, think, you're like, well, I probably could if I did this and tried that, and you're not confident, but are you willing to try?
Am I willing to try even though I'm not confident?
Would giving him bardic inspiration help him at all?
Let's see.
Yep, you can give him bardic inspiration.
Doc?
Hey, and you can roll another D. What do I have now? I don't fucking know. I don't know this.
It's a D100.
D8.
Wow. I get a D8. Doc will give it a shot. What do I have to roll to do?
Roll a D20 plus your spell attack modifier.
A D20 spell attack modifier plus a D8. So I'm going to roll this. And one of these. 16.
Good luck.
24. Woo. Sheesh.
Yeah, Doc, you reach deep within yourself and conjure up this magic from within you that you didn't even know existed. And as you do, go ahead and tell me what happens.
So I imagine Doc, like everyone turns their head towards him, and he just kind of goes, "Oh boy," and then takes in a big breath and holds out a hand with his palm up, and you can see after a second of like really intense kind of eyes closed, squeezed shut concentration. In his hand, there's a little powdery substance that starts to coalesce like sand, just kind of coming out of nowhere, but a lot more fine grain. And then it starts to get wisped by the wind, and then it just wisps out of his hand, and then it will go over, pass over the heart, and then trail over to the guy and pass over him. And I hope that a lot of it is Doc not even looking. He's just like eyes closed, concentrating, and trying to keep his own willpower up.
Yeah, as you do this, the effect that you've conjured swirls around the jar with the heart in it and becomes kind of larger and larger and begins to gain this like luminescence to it, this pink, hot fuchsia luminescence. And there's a a sort of soft but pulsing glow of light that washes over both Octavian and the jar. And as it falls away, on the floor, at Octavian's feet, is a dead, desiccated lump of tissue of a goat's heart. And Octavian looks at you. The jar is empty, and he smiles. And then he frowns a bit. It worked. I can feel everything. Ooh, wow. Ooh. So here's what I'm going to do for that exchange, that that out of ordinary exchange of a spell. You can go ahead and swap out remove curse with any other spell on your list, with the caveat that you cannot learn that spell again for another 3 levels.
I can't learn remove curse again?
No, the spell that replaces remove curse.
Oh.
That was replaced by.
Sheesh. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me look. So I lose a spell,
Suggestion.
and
Suggestion.
let's see. I honestly think it will be. I will give up a hypnotic pattern.
I don't know if this changes your opinion, but remember, you always cast spells at your highest spell level.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna give up hypnotic pattern, and I'll take remove curse instead.
And Octavian, he looks at you. He's like, I don't know how to thank you. And he holds out his pipes to you, Doc, and he says, "This, at least let me give you this."
His bagpipes?
No, they're
Oh,
they're
God.
like, no, they're not bagpipes. They're like
tobacco pipes?
No, like
pan
a pan
pipes.
flute. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That's actually an instrument that I think Doc knows from a hold on, let me check. Because I am proficient in the pan flute and the guitar.
There you go.
so please don't give Doc the bagpipes. We're all gonna die.
Not bagpipes. It's like a pan flute sort of thing. Yeah, so go ahead and add pipes of haunting to your inventory.
Oh.
And there is a photo of them. I will post it.
Pipes of haunting.
Whoops, nope, that's wrong.
Disregard.
Pipes of haunting.
Ooh, you can make things frightened.
Ooh, those are spooky. Doc, he takes the pipes and looks at them, and he thinks they look pretty interesting. And he looks at the dude and just goes, "Well, I guess you're welcome, but don't mention it. I have an image to uphold, you know."
He nods and he's like, "Well, I'll be on my way now. Thank you again."
Tori will fly over to Doc and just kind of bump his shoulder with hers.
Oh, don't get all cute.
Just grinning.
Rex, as you're looking at this scene, as you look at the heart, the lump of desiccated heart tissue that's laying on the ground, it has an aura of abjuration magic emanating from it.
Oh. The goat heart. Okay. I'll just tell everybody then. I think that the heart that came out of him there's something up with it. It's still magical.
Rex, don't eat it.
I'm not gonna eat it.
Abjuration, that's
oh God,
protective shit.
I hope.
Did
I
we
hope
have
it
any of those
wasn't, like,
identify
some sort of
spells left, or we
black-
used all those?
I fresh out.
I don't remember how many we. I think we had like 3, and I don't remember how many. Chip used because Chip had them.
Yeah. I think we identified the helm and the wishbone and
Hmm.
the frog. Okay, so yeah, we used all 3 of them.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess. Do we want to keep it?
I'm not picking it up.
Nah, I ain't cooking it. It's probably filled with bad juju.
I didn't say cook it. What? Are you all right, Tattle?
I mean, what else? What else are you gonna use that for? It's a good piece of meat. You can make
You're
some
lying
meat.
to yourself, but you're not going to lie to us.
If
Why do you wanna eat?
I rolled an Arcana, could I like try to see if I could figure out more without an identify spell?
Yes.
It's probably not going to go great knowing Tori, but I shall
Well,
attempt.
if Tori's checking it out, Tattle
I
will
don't know
help.
if this is. I was gonna say I don't know if this counts as help, but since Rex was able to identify that it is magical, can I give
Nice.
advantage?
I don't know how you would help other than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So with that, you do know that, hearts of creatures carry a lot of innate kind of magic in them, and they're often used as ingredients for potions or spells or things like that. You obviously don't know exactly what the goat's heart does. You can't remember anything about specifically what goat's hearts signify or the kind of magic that they hold, but you do know that most likely it could be used to gain some sort of magical effect by using it in. It could be a potion, or it could be a just eating it, or it could be using it in like a spell. You just know that it's a component that could be used.
Mm-hmm. So knowing that, Tori will kind of look to Tattle and motion, like, gimme hands to the jar that he had.
The same jar. Okay, he hands the jar over.
Okay, and she will like take a stick and like push it into the jar and then close the jar.
As you start pushing it into the jar, Doc will cast Mage Hand. And he'll float the Mage Hand over there, and it won't pick it up. It's gonna like flick a finger to get some juice onto Tori.
Oh no!
Tattle's in shock right now. This is a lot.
Just get a little.
Rex
Just get
is
a little
not at all
sea juice.
surprised.
Oh gosh. I really don't want to do player versus player, but you're really tempting me right now.
Oh no!
Are you telegraphing it?
Well, you would see Doc like with a shit-eating grin on his face as he's puppeteering the Mage Hand.
So I just imagine him going tee hee with the mage hand.
Yes.
Tattle holds a shield and like tries to protect Tori from heart juice.
I will assume that you can just like intercept it for the sake of
either he intercepts it or I'm casting the spell on you, Doc. It's one or the other. Because I do have the perfect spell for this now.
Yeah, you just got disintegrate, right?
I just got command.
Oh no. No. I don't have enough counter spells for that. Doc, he'll flick a little bit of heart goo, and it just sticks to your shield, and then he looks upset, but not like really upset. Just kind of like, oh, you spoiled my fun.
See Tori slowly turn, and I will say the one thing that you guys may have noticed since she got outside, she glows just a little bit now. Tiny bit.
Oh.
And you see the glow just like brighten for a second, and she looks annoyed. And she goes back to pushing the heart in the jar.
She almost went supernova.
Doc just shrugs and just goes, "Look, it wasn't me. It was that guy." And he points to his mage hand. The mage hand just looks shocked, and then like flips Doc the bird.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh, so much chaos. Does your mage hand have a name?
Doc, does the mage hand have a Doc? Looks at her and he's like, "Oh, ask him." The mage hand just like makes some waving gestures at you.
Mm. Wow.
Tori
Tattle.
will lift a hand. So her back is still towards Doc. Lift a hand in front of her, and you see her kind of like twist her fingers. Her own mage hand comes out and just pokes Doc really hard right in the side where she thinks he might be ticklish.
Oh no. Doc just.
All right. Well, we should probably leave.
Out of here.
Incredible.
Just like shooing your mage hand. Just, no, get.
So I will add jar of goat heart to my inventory.
Not sure what you're gonna make with it. I'm quite surprised you want to hold on to it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it either, but it is magical, and sometimes it's good to keep these things around if you know they're already magical.
Would it make you feel better if I held it?
He's gonna eat it. Don't let him hold it.
I'm not gonna eat it. We just ate breakfast.
I mean, do you mind?
Yeah, I don't care. Give it here.
So she'll kind of go over and hand him jar of goat heart. So you can add that to your inventory instead.
Hell yeah.
Well, if he eats it, you're not allowed to be mad at me. Or be surprised.
Well, I mean, honestly, it might supposed to be eaten. I don't know. We don't know what's on it, but we'll find somebody to figure it out eventually.
Aren't you like a bit of a scientist or something? Alchemist or whatever?
Oh, you're talking to me? Yeah, I'm an alchemist.
Yeah. Don't you like that sort of thing? And he like waves towards the heart jar.
Tattle is like, oh, like he's like, I didn't think about that. He's like, I could try to make something out of it. I mean, there's so many wonderful ingredients out here. I didn't think about getting the heart. I mean, I can make some room.
It appears to be slightly used.
It's fine. I can make some room.
I mean, if Rex is okay holding it for a while, I don't advise doing anything with it until we know exactly what is going on with it. But
I could try an experiment and see what I can learn from the heart. Like make some sort of mixture, swirl it around, let it simmer for an hour or so. See if I can learn anything from what happens. But yeah.
Well, that we can do that another time. I would like to leave. I would like to get out of the swamp. I am very tired of the swamp.
I share that same sentiment. Let's get the heck out of here.
All right.
Yay.
Anything y'all want to do before you head to the balloon, or you want to just head straight there?
I don't think there's anything else like side quest wise that we needed to do.
All right. You all make your way down the boardwalk past the bullywug houses. It definitely seems as though things have really laxed here. Now that Bavlorn is gone, nobody seems to really give a shit about you all or anything. You pass the guards in the tower, they just don't even pay you any mind. And you make your way to the balloon where Clapperclaw sits on top of Roomba. and Morgort sits with both of them, and they're just sitting there playing cards on the back of Roomba's shell. And they both look up at you all as you approach, and with these hopeful looks on their faces. And Morgort goes, "Hey, you guys drove Bavlorna out of Downfall. Good job."
We did what now?
She left. She booked it out of here. I saw her go past like a bat out of the hells on that lily pad of hers.
By any chance, did you see Bavi's friend? Some crone. Looks about like, this high, and Tattle's gonna
Maybe.
fly up this high. She kind of looks like this, and he'll draw a picture and like show it to him.
She shakes her head. She's like, "No."
Did she happen to have a satyr with her?
Oh yeah, she had. There was someone else. It definitely didn't look like the crony. It was much smaller. Maybe.
Smaller.
Yeah.
How much smaller?
I don't know. Kind of like maybe a little bit taller than Clapperclaw.
How tall is Clapperclaw?
He's like the size of a 10-year-old child, maybe.
What?
Oh, that's
Or
terrifying.
6-year-old child.
Wait, hold on. There's a big difference between 10 and 6. Hold on.
Is there? I don't know.
Yes.
He's child-sized.
Yeah.
He's child-sized.
He's kids menu sized.
Tourmaline kind of squints, and her eyes get really big. Doc, how old was Z when he left?
Well, he left when we were, teenagers. Why?
Feywilds always mess with time.
You don't think he's still a youngin', right?
It's a possibility.
I wonder if he's actually not grown up then.
They did say time worked different here.
Were you the older brother or younger brother?
I was the younger brother.
I mean, we can't guarantee anything, of course, but if he was still small and that was him with Bavlorna, then there's a chance that he's still young, and for all we know, it's not really been that long for him.
Well, I don't know what to do with that.
What part of it is rubbing you the wrong way?
Besides the fact she still has my brother, it's just I don't know what I'd do. I wouldn't be well, actually, it'd probably be exactly the person I remember. But that's just it, I guess. It's weird to think that it'd be the same person.
Well,
It's been a long time for me, at least.
Doc, as you're kind of like having this moment and kind of like lost in your own thoughts and feelings about that possibility, suddenly your eyes shift, and below you there's Clapperclaw just like standing uncomfortably close to you with its gored head just like tilted up in your direction, and he kind of clicks his claws together. He's like, "Did you find my head?"
Just pinches his brow.
Oh, I've got that. Hold on, Rex. We'll dig around in his bags and pull it out. Here you go, little buddy.
And as you pull it out, Clapperclaw doesn't have a face, but somehow you can see that if he had a face, it would be lit up right now. as he starts clapping his claws together, and kind of like jumping up and down, and he's like, yes, and he reaches out and he takes the stag head, and he just like shakes forward, and the gourd falls off of the shoulders, and he replaces it with the stag's head. He lifts his claws up to the horns and starts kind of caressing the antlers, and he's just like so giddy. He's like, I'm back, I'm handsome again.
I'm very curious. Tattle's thinking, is there a possibility Clapperclaw was like a mannequin made by Bev Lorna? Or like a taxidermy?
He's attached to Scabatha, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a present given to Scabatha. I don't know.
I'm gonna look down at
Bitch.
Clapperclaw and say, "I'm so happy for you, little buddy," and get down on one knee and like try to give him a hug.
And
Mhm.
he gladly accepts your hug, and he's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so good. I can show you all the way to thither now. And he like, there's a little bit of a crack in his voice as he says it.
Is something wrong?
Well, I mean, that's where I came from. I really don't want to run into Granny Nightshade again. But as soon as I get you over there, I'm gonna come back to over here, because I there's no hag here now, so it's safer here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, Tattle shows Clapperclaw the picture that he drew of Granny, or he thinks it's Granny Nightshade, and he just wants to ask if that's her.
So what did you oh, the of the person that was with Bavlorna?
Yeah.
He shakes his head. Oh no, that's not. Oh no, that's not Granny. That person is wow. That person is a lot prettier than Granny Nightshade.
Oh
Don't
wow.
tell her I said that.
Oh.
He won't read a word.
So my theory is right that all the hags are actual hotties, sleeper agent hotties.
Oh my god.
Oh. No, it can't be this way.
Clapperclaw confirmed that dark timeline theory.
Do
Can
you want to know
tell us
what Granny Night? Oh, they look kind of similar to the bauble, trinket bauble, charm, trinket bauble. Oh yeah, oh that's charm.
Charm? What you talking about?
Oh, you know the balloon with the thundercloud in it?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 3 of them, and their name is Trinket, Bobbit, and Bobble, and Charm.
That's adorable.
Okay, so there was only 2 when we went there. And so Charm was off to see Bavlorna. Right? Is that what I'm gathering, Arwen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's probably good business sense. Well, since Trinket Bobble and Charm, they're gathering precious things from people. Well, that's probably good currency to make trades with the hags with. Maybe they were just having a business deal or some other affair.
Clapperclaw shrugs.
Tattle shrugs. You don't know.
Do you want to know what Granny Nightshade looks like? She's really scary.
I mean, if you can draw her.
So that way you know what to look out for.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I give this little man this little child, our child, something to write.
You do not need another child. You still have an egg that's hatching.
Oh my god!
Oh shit, that's right. I keep
this
forgetting.
one.
Oh,
This one
yeah,
can be
the
mine.
egg.
It's cool.
Yeah, Tattle. What's going on with the egg?
I'm trying
You
not to.
checked on it?
I'm not trying.
You have it on you, right?
Why don't you tell us, Arwen, what's going on with the egg?
So where is it? Is it still? It's like wrapped around you.
Yeah,
It's-
baby sling style. I think.
Yeah, it's been in a baby sling this entire fucking time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It'd probably be on his back.
While we've been frantically destroying this house.
Oh my god. Finger guns.
Yeah. So it's kind of you haven't really heard or felt much, Tattle, but that could be because you've just been distracted and you like it's kind of actually been kind of out of sight, out of mind for you.
Very much.
So are you gonna check on it?
We better check on that egg.
If Zinni is looking at him to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tettle
You're about to
will,
lose your egg privileges if you don't check on it. That's what Zinni's telling you.
You have to respect the egg. That's a very important part of being alive.
He gingerly puts the papoose down, and he will rub the side of it just to see like how it feels, if it's something like soft inside, like a baby.
It definitely feels like lumpy, like it's not like a
Yeah.
smooth. It's not like a smooth, uniform egg feeling.
Oh, it's a beholder.
Tattle's gonna open the like top of the papoose and like poke his head in there.
Yeah, so you poke your head in there and you can still
Zinni?
you can still see the egg. It is cracked and there is like how do I explain this? It's like it's kind of cracked down the middle, and you can see a little something like in there, kind of moving around a little bit. The egg is kind of. I feel like I should like show you a
There might be
video
a
of
membrane.
of like a chicken hatching. Like think
Oh.
about if you've ever seen an actual chicken egg hatch.
I'm horrified.
It's in that stage right before they like pop open.
Oh, I hate that.
Exciting!
Tattle rubs the top of the little oh man, his heart kind of like feels all bubbly and warm. He rubs the top of the egg and like draws a little symbol on it, and magically just a little light spell is casted just to provide some light for the egg. He thinks it will make it feel happy to have some sun, well, quote unquote sunlight.
Yeah, and as you touch the egg, it jumps, it responds to your touch, to that feeling of warmth. And the bottom of the egg pops off.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
You see this little kind of fuzzy tail,
Oh
and
no!
it's striped, and it's got these little like clawed back feet. And you
Tattle,
can also okay. Go
I
ahead.
knock over the papoose, just not like aggressively, but like just so it can like roll out, and like he's just gonna have his mouth open and point to it. He's like, "Oh my god, look at it!"
Zinni's staying back because she knows that probably the first thing it sees is gonna be. But she's like standing behind Tattle just far enough to where she can still see, not far enough, close enough for it to see her.
Rex is going to walk in front of Doc.
Yeah, turn sideways so that he is a smaller profile behind you.
Tori was probably chilling on Doc's shoulder because she does not want to be necessarily near the egg. And then Rex blocks her view, and so you just see like Tori's head poke out over the top of Rex's.
What does Tattle have? He has he wants to make this egg feel comfy. He's gonna take off his shirt and like just put it around it to like make a little cushion for it. So I don't know. He wants to make it feel welcome into the world, which will be its new home. He wants to invite it in.
Until
and
it turns
he's going
out to be a cat.
Oh my god. He takes out a pouch of seeds, and they're magical seeds that smell like home, pretty much. And he'll like put the pouch near the little creature. That's kind of Tattle doesn't know how it will
He's like, what do I
take it.
do? What do I do?
He's
Yeah,
like,
and
oh, all right, come on, you can do it, little guy. You can do it.
its body is still like very, how it's tight inside those eggs, so its body is still very curled up, and its little tail kind of uncurls, and you see this tiny little point at the end of the tail, and its little bottom legs stretch, and it's got and then you see something kind of come up off its back, and you realize that they're like these insectile kind of wings, these very tiny kind of insectile wings. And then the front legs with with little claws on them begin to move as well. And the next thing you know, the claw comes up underneath the shell that is still on the upper half, the head and neck of this creature, and he pops it off. And this is what is inside.
No.
I just imagine a baby Cthulhu just from the description.
Oh no.
Aw.
Yay! It is another.
Is that a pseudo dragon?
It is
It's
a
a
pseudo dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, a B edition,
A bee pseudo dragon.
a
So
Budo.
And
Beto
its,
dragon.
its eyes are closed, and the lids open wide, and it looks at you, Tattle, and just blinks.
Oh my god, Tattle holds out his hand, is shaky a little bit. He's like, hey, little guy. He's overwhelmed. His tummy is just like in knots right now, seeing this little creature that he feels so responsible for all of a sudden, and he just like rubs under its chin.
Yeah, and it just kind of makes this like kind of like, like growly, this like happy growl, as it looks at you, and it begins kind of, sniffing around, trying to find the source of the smell that it smells.
Oh, I show him the little seeds. Oh my god. Oh my god. I let him play with the seeds. Let him hold the
Yeah,
little
and
bag.
he's, this thing is like so tiny. It's probably about the size of, like, I'd say like a budgie. And it
The baby.
takes, yeah, it takes the seed. It takes one of the seeds and like holds it in its little claws, its little hands, almost like a rat holds a sunflower seed or something,
Aw.
and it begins to happily munch away at it.
Wow, a magical meal for my baby.
Doc is going to like peer around from behind Rex just to see if he's like, is it over? And then once he sees it, he will pretend to not think it's cute by just like he doesn't scoff or anything. He's just like, oh.
Wow.
Hmm.
This is a lot. Tettle cries and he has an alignment change.
Oh.
Are you like neutral father now?
Oh, he was something good.
It's true father.
True father.
Oh, he was
Oh my God.
father.
And I am going to probably kind of let you use this as a familiar. I haven't made like a stat block or anything for it yet, but
Emotional
just-
support actions, that's all he can do. He's not
well, I mean, he has a stinger, so
that's for self-defense.
Pseudo dragons have telepathy.
Oh my god.
It's limited,
You can
but it's
you can
telepathy.
this can literally be your familiar.
It is, yeah, and it is, it's just it's just a baby.
It's
Yeah,
just a
baby.
baby. Now look at a big baby. Wow. This
Now
is
you have a new
intense.
thing to be paranoid about because like pseudo dragons have like less than 10 hit points.
If I give them lots of love, they're gonna have a lot of love points. They're gonna have a big heart.
Well, I
But
can
you
cast
better
Dark
better
Skin on
swap
'em. It'll
over
be okay.
to better swap over to fucking armorer class. Start making some armor for this shit.
Actually, I'm gonna make some baby armor in my downtime. It's gonna be expensive as fuck.
It's the baby.
The baby. It's cute.
Armor's like 4 times the value to craft.
This is the most ridiculous game ever.
I love it.
Morgort sees all of this going on, and she's like, "Wow, y'all are just one big happy family now, huh?"
Oh. Doc, like he tries to contain it, but he openly is like, "Ugh."
Wow.
And she's like, "Look, I hate to, you know, interrupt this happy moment, but the winds are pretty favorable right now, so I think we can, if y'all are ready to lift off."
Okay, can I ask a
All
question?
right,
Does
let's
this thing
go.
look like it's big enough for people to sleep in?
Yes, it is a very large balloon. There is enough there. I mean, it might be, it's not going to be spacious by any means.
Everybody cuddle up.
It's not going to be cramped to the point where y'all have to cuddle up, but that's more than okay if you want to cuddle up.
You don't want to have a cuddle puddle?
Allowed. Not necessary, but allowed.
One big
Watch
bed.
out for the snail slime.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Doc,
Oh yeah, can Roomba fit in here with us?
I will say yes because I know you all don't want to leave him behind.
Oh,
Long way around.
at the worst, Tattle would have tried to like make a rope contraption so he could hang like underneath.
Oh god.
Oh my god!
But I mean, you could also ask Roomba what he wants.
Oh my god, that's
Arwen
deep.
just like this was supposed to be a like one-off creature from like 15 sessions ago, and you guys are
Because
still
Jenny will
wanting.
totally-
He's our best friend.
If Rainbow wants to stay here, that's fine.
Please.
And Jenny's like, tears.
He needs-
You can totally stay if you want.
oh,
Please.
Roomba, like, he looks at you, Zinni, and, he conveys that, he loves you.
Oh.
That he feels like he, after what happened with the Herringons, he feels like he's just kind of a liability. And also that Bavlorna's gone now. So the Herringons are going to leave him alone, and the swamp, like, it's really nice. I don't want to go somewhere where I might dry out,
Then he's like, "Oh, I totally, I get it. Are you sure you're gonna be okay?"
And he's like, I have family.
But then definitely stay here. I'm not going to separate you from your family. She will kind of reach into a bag and pull out some good berries and just kind of hold them out. You take these though, just in case, please.
And he nods and completely engulfs your hand with his snail mouth as he takes the berries from you, and he, with his little eye stalks, he kind of nuzzles them against your cheek, and you get a little slimy, but he's giving you an affectionate goodbye.
oh.
I know. Lip wibble and hug the snail. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine, and we'll come back and pick up on you later. Hopefully, we will.
And
Yes.
he thanks you for all the love and care and you know, just being a good person and treating him right.
Just stay away from the places that you know that the Heron are gonna be.
Yeah, he thinks he doesn't have to worry about the Heron guns anymore since they, no longer have to do things for Bavlorna. They probably, you know, they'll probably leave him alone.
Whole bunch of
Uh,
people just assuming Bavlorna won't just come back.
This session hits hard.
Zenny will take a piece of that ripped up dress that she has and make a little bow and tie it on to Roomba's shell.
Oh, he will cherish it forever.
Okay, I'm gonna cry if I keep talking to you much longer. You'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everybody's gonna be fine.
And he one
Before
last
before
Oh.
Roomba can leave, I'm gonna go over and give him our secret handshake that no one else knows about.
What?
Oh,
What?
What the fuck?
Insane.
with
What?
his
Don't look at me like
what
that.
is he gonna like with his eye stalk? Does
I
like
don't have to explain this.
a
I
fist bump.
fucking love that. um, sure. Tattle goes over, gives Roomba a hug, like one arm holding his baby, and Tattle's shirtless, so he gets like extra slimy, but just like full chest to
Aww.
slime dude.
Yeah, Roomba gladly accepts the hug and wraps his little snail, whatever those things are, those little flappy things on the sides of the snails that they use to
Oh,
climb
the
around you.
Oh,
This is a lot. Tattle breaks the hug eventually when Roomba's ready, and he'll wave goodbye with one hand, and then goes onto the air balloon contraption.
Clapperclaw says their goodbyes, and Roomba gives one last look to the party and begins to slowly slip back out into the
All
swamp.
right, y'all. Don't spend the whole time watching. This is gonna take a while.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man.
Tori
All right,
just looks
y'all.
towards Rex and like arches a brow. And are you gonna be okay? And she points at the balloon.
oh! Don't remind him now. He's gonna not get on the dang balloon.
Tyler, you gotta give me that jug of booze.
Let me see. Yes.
Just like,
Tattle?
did I get rid of that?
Yeah. I was checking. You're very right.
If you don't have a solution, Doc has one.
Is it called sleep?
No, though.
I don't think he could roll high enough to put Rex down anyway.
Oh, I
I
have.
roll way too high.
Oh, I just have a bottle with no booze in it. But Tattle is gonna like while some fanfare's going on, scoop up some like swampy water in this actual wine bottle, 8 ounces. He's going to swirl it around, and with magic, the swamp water transmutes to taste like actual alcohol and look like actual alcohol.
But is it actual
So you're
alcohol?
trying to trick Rex.
Tattle's like,
Placebo.
yeah, exactly. Placebo science. Um, here, drink this. I'm a doctor.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Tattle
Yes,
readies
I
a backup potion just in case to cure any swamp poison or something or disease. He can add an ingredient to cure a disease if there's anything in there. You're fine. It's a placebo effect.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, Rex will just take a deep sigh and look at the balloon, walk over, and then immediately just lay down in it.
Damn.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and take a break, potty, snack,
Okay.
hydrate, and meet back here in like 5-ish minutes.
Sounds good. Wow. I'm traumatized.
How are you
you're-
traumatized? Denny's a mess.
That's one reason why I'm traumatized. Like
Get a
Zinni,
baby, lose a baby.
exactly like equivalent exchange. This is alchemy at its finest.
You say that as if you're not going to adopt the very next creature that we meet in the next area.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's true. However,
I know
I
a
love
loophole.
snails.
IRL.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, I have an idea. I'll make a robot snail, or
A
like a
robot.
homunculus snail, like a mini version of Roomba, and give it to you.
Oh, an
Aw.
actual Roomba?
Oh,
That would be awesome.
it give me like a gem worth 100 gold, and when we level up, I think I can make a Roomba, like a different a homunculus that looks like Roomba for you.
Oh,
Not gonna
don't know
lie,
where we're gonna find that.
I am thoroughly distracted trying to figure out what I can trade Doc for the fucking pipes.
Oh yeah. So what do the pipes do? They cause frightened. Is it
Mhm.
on one creature, like one target?
Everybody that can hear it in a 30-foot radius, I think.
Ooh, allies
a-
included.
If they're not hostile, then they can pass
okay.
automatically. If they're hostile to you, at least if I'm remembering what I read right.
Oh heck, that's actually super.
But it's a
you know,
really low threshold. It's like a
hey,
12 or 13 or something threshold,
you
which most things are
you
gonna
gotta
pass.
try. It's so good. Like it's worth a shot because that's a huge debuff. And technically, Tattle can customize the flutes to look like however the owner wants them to look like.
Oh,
Fit
so
your aesthetic because we're fashionable.
I was getting snacks, and now I have I have some things to say to catch up on. First off, Tattle, if you make a Roomba,
Oh,
then
this
at a
is
later level, if you need to make something else, you're going to have to destroy the Roomba.
it's alchemy, man.
That's
Let's just
horrible.
not. That's like creating the trauma all over again. So let's not.
Mhm.
It depends on how you do it. I could be like, I'm going to unsummon it, and then he'll go into his pocket dimension. He is only going away for a
I'm
moment.
just gonna take him to a farm far away from here. He's just at a farm.
That's sad.
The other thing is the flute. I believe you're right. Let me check it because it's in my inventory now. 3 charges. Expend 1 charge. Every creature in 30 feet. It DC 15 Wisdom save.
15? I thought it was low.
DC 15, or they become frightened for 1 minute. And a creature that fails can repeat it at the end of their turn, and it ends on a success. If you wish, all creatures in the area that are not hostile towards you automatically succeed. So
If you
yeah, so I can fear everyone in a 30-foot radius, or I can fear only hostile people in a 30-foot radius.
Depends on how
Which is fine.
evil Doc is feeling that day.
Yeah, but Joe is more than happy to give you the pipes. Doc is going to be a shit about it. So
She has some plain pan pipes if he just wants to make noise.
well, he knows they're magic, and Doc is going to be such a shit about it. He might not like I will say that he doesn't require you to give him another magic item because that's ridiculous. But if you give him, he will ask for something that is annoying. Like he would ask, like, "Fine, I'll give you these magic pipes if you cook my dinner for 5 days in 5 days in a row." Or something just to be an annoying bastard.
I mean, Tori would, but then he would regret that request very quickly.
Oh, you're gonna do like fucking like a genie wish.
You forget
Monkey paw curls.
Tori is well trained and well versed in the like Fae fucking shit up.
Monkey paw curls.
Because like I look at my inventory and it is like 90% instruments, but like all of the instruments are like normal instruments. I need to collect the magic ones. It's fucking Tori's Pokemon game. Collect a magic instrument of every kind.
I think another one would. I think it's funny how you started off with Tori not really being a germaphobe, and now that's become a thing.
Mm.
Or not a germaphobe, but like a clean freak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Doc has no respect for that. None. He is going to continue to poke the bear by trying to get you dirty
And
in some way.
then Tori becomes the BBEG.
Tori will become the babeg.
He is woefully underestimating the number of like control spells that Tori is amassing. She just has not used.
PvP would not go well for Doc. I've only got 2 spell slots, and you've got like what, 9?
You also have like a much
4,
bigger friend that will just
7.
put his hands on Doc and separate the two of them.
See, this is also true.
See, no, she has 10 spell slots, and we see command is a first level spell. So,
All right, are we ready to get back into it, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all make your way into the balloon. As I said, it is spacious enough for all of you to fit comfortably, but not too comfortably. And Morgort begins to do what a air balloon operator does, I guess. I have no idea how air balloons work. I guess she lights the thing. She says to Clapperclaw, like, she's like, go cut the ropes, and Clapperclaw leans over the side of the basket and clips the ropes with his claws, and the balloon begins to lift off slowly from the ground, and it begins to climb higher and higher, and as it climbs higher and higher, you begin to see more and more light, until finally you're maybe 100 feet, 200 feet up in the air, and you are suddenly above downfall. And you all have to squint because there's sun. For the first time in about a week, you can actually see sunlight again. And not only that, but as you come out of that nasty swamp fog, a cleansing breath flows through your nostrils, and you realize just how badly that place smelled, and how you had gotten used to it as it flushes out of your nostrils, and you are smelling fresh air again for the first time in a week.
This is where the anime intro starts. Where we breach the clouds.
That's so funny that you say that, because I'm literally gonna play music now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tori is like outside of the basket, like one hand on a rope so she stays close. But she is just like enjoying like warm and clean and fresh.
The sun hits your face, Tori, and it feels like it feels you didn't know how much you appreciated the sun until this moment. How's everybody else feeling?
Here comes the sun. Du-du-du-du.
Doc will mimic Tori in a sense, and he'll go over to one of the edges of the railing, and he'll like ruffle his hair a bunch to try and get just the warmth of the sun in and the cold stink of the swamp out. He'll take off his coat and set it down behind him, and just like roll up his sleeves and put his hands over top of his head and just kind of bask in the sunlight.
Zinni, Tattle, Rex?
Zenny's looking and trying to like hide her face from everybody because she is like crying, but she wants to see the view from the balloon, so she's like, "Can we get her?" Just like sniffle, sniffle.
This is intense.
No, she's fine. She's just a little, worried about her little big friend.
Out of character, I want to give her a hug so bad. I'm so sorry.
Doc, so Zinni, wherever Zinni is, and she's like kind of covering her face, Doc will look around to see if anyone's looking, and if nobody is looking, Doc will walk over there and give Zinni a hug and be like, "It'll be fine." And I'm not just saying that. He put up with me.
I know, but you still worry, like.
I do know,
I know,
at least a
it'll
little
be
bit.
fine.
But I mean, that's the toughest snail I've ever met.
Uh-huh. Those ones back at the race were pretty tough too, though.
This is also true.
The Roomba's not as fast.
That's
Zinni.
the Doc.
Oh, Zinni, if you want, after we get done getting all our stuff, we can, at some point find some time to go visit Roomba and his family.
Yeah, I would like to go back and visit just to make sure that they're okay. I know they're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Look, sun. It's great.
It's
She's like shooing everybody away from her.
the sun.
Is Rex like laid out on the ground, like withdrawn into his shell still?
Yes, Rex is laying down on the floor of this balloon with, again, there's a giant tuxedo jacket wrapped around this turtle shell with no arms or legs or head sticking out, and there's a little stuffed squid just like sticking on, like resting on the floor next to him.
Tori will fly over.
And the shell is just vibrating.
Oh no!
Tori will fly over, kind of like land on the back of his shell, and like poke her head down where his head should be. Your son, Rex.
I don't care. I don't want to know until we're on the ground.
Just you can't see anything when you're on the ground. Just poke your head out. Your son, Rex.
Nope.
Just
no,
for
thank
2
you.
seconds. Just
Nope.
2 seconds.
Nope. I'm good here. But thank you. That's very nice of you, Tori. I'm gonna stay here forever, probably.
Damn.
But it's clean and it's fresh and it smells so much better and it's nice out, Rex.
And it's so far down beneath us. I'm not moving.
But you can't see anything. You're in the basket.
I don't care.
DM, I have a question. The helm of telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
The Helm of Telepathy says I can use
you're
an
gonna
action to cast Suggestion while focusing on a single creature.
Uh-huh.
Could I use that to suggest Rex not be afraid of heights for a while?
You sure can try.
Is that a peer pressure thing?
It's more like I'm hoping that will alleviate his anxiety so that he's not gonna be like on the precipice of a fucking aneurysm for 8 hours.
Be like, chill.
Yeah, some sleep would be great.
Yeah, just like go to sleep.
Tourmaline is just like laid out on his shell now, like chin in palm, just like pouting.
Oh. Tattle walks up to the shell hole, looks up at Tori, bends over, kind of. He does not crawl deep into the shell hole. He doesn't want to
Dude,
fall into
no,
the
you
abyss.
do not go into the turtle's shell. You can talk from the outside. You're not gonna crawl. You're not gonna like climb into somebody's shirt. That's not no.
I promise there's not enough room for both of us in here.
Tattle reaches out and tries to feel
And the
your
baby,
face.
because I'm sure you have the baby.
Oh my god. Baby in one arm, like this
Who's
is a lot.
poking me? Who's touching my face?
Who do you think is touching your face? There's only one of us that would do that.
Oh, that's fair.
Hey, what you what you mean by that? Look, I'm just trying to calm you down, give you a little head rub. You know, we're here with you, buddy. If you need to talk about it, we're just outside your shell hole, all right? Just come out whenever you feel like it. Or, take a nap in there.
Yeah,
I could
thanks.
even sing yes.
I appreciate you all very much, but I would very much like to not exist until we're on the ground again.
Oh, shucks. We appreciate you too. I don't know about the non-existent part. Yeah.
Well,
Try and roll something, Doc.
yeah, Doc sit like he's watching this a little bit, and then he's still kind of standing off to the side near Zinni, and I think I flavored the Helm of Telepathy as like a thin circlet that sits right about like between his horns, kind of lost in his hair. So he's gonna like drum his fingers on the edge of the railing, and then he'll say to partially himself and to Zinni, and he'll say, "Oh well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess." And he'll start walking over to where Turtle and the fairies are. And when he gets close enough, he'll be like, "What's up, nose pickers? What are you doing?"
Dying.
That doesn't sound fun. And he's going to use the Helm of Telepathy and cast Detect Thoughts, which... What the fuck does this spell do? You can use an action to cast Detect Thoughts. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. It's only like surface thoughts, though. So he's gonna do that, and if anyone has any notable surface thoughts to tell Doc, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, you get a lot of panic coming off of the big turtle shell on the ground.
Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. Doc will take a knee and then tilt his head so that he's looking into the head hole of the shell. Be like, "That's a lot darker in there than I would have thought. But, listen, I'm gonna try something. And you have to promise not to be mad at me and smash me in half if it don't work."
I will do my best.
Well, I mean, he's not going to come out of the shell, so you're at least safe until we land again. Then you need to run.
That's a good point.
Raises his eyebrows and then like looks at Tori and just goes, "Fair." And he'll look back to Rex and he'll focus his headband on you, and he's going to cast Suggestion. That is a DC 13 because it's the item.
Nope.
Wow. So Doc will just suggest, like, why don't you just get over your fear for a little bit? And echoes, and then just no.
It doesn't really work that way.
Doc like thinks, and then like he reaches up and takes the circlet off and looks at it, like, is this thing broken?
Doc's fucking track record with that spell is abysmal.
It's not great. Just looking at the circlet, like, well, that's not fair. What a waste. Fine, whatever. And he'll put the circlet back on and shrug. Well, I tried. Do you want me to kind of slide you so that you're at least a little bit in the sun or something?
Nope. I'm as good here as I think I'm gonna be until we're on the ground.
Well, good, because I don't think I could slide you, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Well, I mean, we could shrink him and move him.
No, I can still hear you out there.
Tourmaline's aware. She is still, like, sitting right behind where the like, head hole is. It's like, she can't sit on the shoulder, but she can sit here for now.
Doc will look over at the vista of the sun over the sky and how beautiful it is, and he'll put his hands on his hips and flex his jaw for a second, and he'll snap his fingers and make a little powdery pink mist flow down and make he's going to cast a minor illusion to try and make a like magical version of the image of the vista appear in front of the shell hole so that Rex can see it a little bit.
Aww.
And he's just holding that image there, and he's like,
That's incredibly sweet of you, but Rex's eyes are closed the whole time.
so he, like, Doc does that, and then waits for like an ooh or an ah, and he just goes, Rex, are you? Bends down and like looks in the hole again.
What's up?
Can you see anything in there?
My eyes are closed.
Oh, for pity's sake! And he just fucking throws his hands up, just walks away.
Tori just is laughing, like, well, I mean, points for trying, Doc. You're at least trying to be nice right now.
So Doc, you walk away from Rex and you go back to the edge of the basket, and you're looking out again, and most everything that you can see down is still covered in this thick veil of fog and mist. And as you look out in the distance, you notice a very large castle with purple roofs, and the entire thing, it looks like, is completely just entrenched in these vines that are wrapping around the whole thing, almost consuming it. But you also see something else. Not very far off, you notice something that you've seen before. The thunderstorm balloon, the thundercloud balloon, is also up here in the air, and it is traveling the opposite direction.
Wait. Sorry, go on. Like, Joe needs to process information, but continue.
Opposite direction, like away from the castle, or opposite direction to us?
The opposite direction to you. So, like, you're moving to the east, and it's moving to the west.
Or is it like we're gonna cross paths with it,
No.
or is it just okay?
Well, no, not like crash or anything like that. Like, your
It's
paths are
away, but it's going opposite in terms of like a direction in general, I guess.
yeah.
And that is the balloon that we saw before.
Mm-hmm. Trinket, bauble, and charms.
No shit.
Make a perception check for me, Doc.
I am not a wisdom character.
Give
Oh,
yourself
look at-
guidance, or it wouldn't have worked anyway.
I still have. No, I don't. Never mind. I don't have the bardic inspiration.
Nope.
Cock.
Perception is
you
a
can-
Tory thing.
Yeah. So you squint your eyes and you try to see what's going on in the balloon over there, and you can see the figure of that same person that you had seen in Bavlorna's study. And she's holding something in her hand and kind of twirling, like something small, and she's kind of twirling it around in her hands. But you can't tell what she's actually looking at.
Doc will like run over to the rail and then put both his hands on the railing and lean to see if, and like lean over, squint his eyes, and still not be able to tell what it is, and just like, motherfucker.
And Tori, you see Doc doing this.
Tori will fly up beside him. Like, what? What are we mad about now?
I'm gonna, without taking my eyes off it, Doc will reach both hands up and then gently grab the top of Tori's head and her chin, and then point her head at it. Like a periscope.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see the balloon. Do you want me to roll or just use my passive?
Yeah, so you see the balloon. You, with your passive, you can see what Doc sees. If you want to try to like get a, like kind of like focus your vision to see clearer, make a roll.
Like, no, not the fucking balloon. What's she got in her hand?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, what you see in her hands is a thread of, as like a spool of thread. And she is twirling it around in her hands, and she is grinning from ear to ear, and it looks also as if she's like cackling.
She has thread or twine or something.
Seems really happy about it too.
Red?
Hmm.
I don't know if this should ring a bell to me, DM, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I was about to say, I don't have anything in my notes, like scattered
That's just
notes
a
either.
factoid. Just dropping info.
Can
Okay.
I pay attention to the castle though? Because that's more interesting to me.
Yeah, sure.
It's like
You would definitely see it. So let me see. I don't know if I have. I don't know if there's a. So I mean, you can see if you look on the if you look on the map that I'm on right now, that's pretty similar to what you would see if you go up to the top of the map.
Mhm.
It is still shrouded in a lot of mist, but it is, it's at least what's visible is that it is a castle. It seems to have these purple roofs, and it is covered in vegetation, twine or vines and things like that.
Would I maybe know anything about it if I rolled something? Because I mean, it's a castle.
Roll a history check with disadvantage.
I also just noticed,
15.
but our little tokens in the bottom right corner, they're the old tokens.
Oh yeah.
It's cute. We've come so far.
Oh wow. Very old tokens.
Throwback.
Uh-huh. I didn't even realize they were still on there.
Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Everyone go to Miss Mandy Pants' Instagram and Twitter and whatever else. Go there.
With the 15, you can tell that this is definitely, a castle. It does remind, the architecture reminds you very heavily of the types of castles that, you grew up around and in the Feywild. It certainly doesn't look like a hag would live there. Hags tend to be kind of They kind of go with, they're a little bit more creepy aesthetic, dark, drab, dim. This castle definitely looks like something that you would see more in like a quote unquote good Feywild uh area,
Okay.
Oh, in Sealy territory, kind of.
Sealy, yeah, Sealy Feywild, yes.
Okay. Tori will file that away in her brain. See the calculating look, but she doesn't have all the puzzle pieces yet.
Mm.
Did you tell by the... Oh, wait, no, never mind.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say, did you tell Doc that it was thread, but you did?
Yes. I think player has idea about castle, but I don't know that Tori would have put the pieces together yet. Okay. Tori will just eventually pull out loot and sit on the side of the basket and just start playing. It's been a second since she just played for y'all.
Oh. Yeah, Tattle's gonna relax and enjoy the music, basking in the sunlight, letting the warm rays shine down on his chest, warming him up. And he feels the soft fur of the dragon baby just cuddled up to him. He's got his eyes closed. He's got his gear like on the other side of the basket. Tattle just puts his hands up behind his head and leans against Rex and chills. And Tattle's gonna chew on some of those magic seeds. And he's feeling a bit nostalgic of his home in the Unseelie territory.
And technically, you all feel extra invigorated with the song because it is a song of rest.
Hey!
Does nothing on a long rest, but
Yeah.
Does anyone try to eat?
I imagine Doc would look to see if there's a place to get drinks on board, but I'm not expecting cruise line options here.
No, there's nothing available on the balloon.
It's a basket.
Well, it's a big basket. You never
Of
know.
course, good berry, and everybody can have a berry.
I don't think bars are standard issue on hot air balloons.
Oh, go back in your shell.
just fucking casting Goodberry and Tori like flying down to like Rex and like Rex, open your mouth and just like tossing a blueberry.
Little bowling ball.
That's
No,
so cute.
you just see like the front half of a face just pop out for a second, grab it, and retreat back into the shell.
Yeah, Tattle happily takes a berry and he's gonna share the pouch of these magic seeds with the party. They look like just dark, fairy like sunflower seeds dusted with like shiny powder, like just natural powder or something that comes from the Feywild. And if you take it and you inspect the seed, it would remind you of home. Like it smells like home for you, whatever that may be.
Oh.
That
Doc.
honestly might put Tori off.
Ooh. Well, it could be where it could be where the heart is. Just a thing that reminds you of like the happy home.
Why do you sound so echoey, Joe?
Ugh. Sorry.
He moved away from Mike.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Yes. I was
Are you
under my
getting-
desk getting something. But Doc will, when he when he hears Tori start to play, he'll look at the flute and kind of turn it over in his hand. but decide against it and go with All Faithful and pull out his Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition yarding. Not a guitar, a yarding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But he's going to do that and pull that out, pull his little musical instrument out, and he will try to match the key that Tori is in, just so he can kind of noodle around on the guitar to complement whatever she's playing, because he doesn't have any. He's not going to try to play over her, but he also doesn't want to play instead of her. He doesn't want to hold the melody.
Would he listen if she scooted closer and tried to help him a little bit?
Oh.
Depends. It depends on how you pull it off, because he could easily get like offended for no good reason and be like, "I'm doing good enough," or he would be like, "All right," and try to make it sound better. It kind of depends on how the delivery goes. It's a 50-50 shot.
If you only had one shot.
One buck.
She would just probably like scoot over and like listen. Like she's very clearly not upset by it. But you'd see her like tilt her head eventually. And like just like this like quiet pause for a second. Like, you know what would be a fun compliment? And she'd try to like show him the different key to play in to like complement it rather than like the same key.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So Doc would, I imagine he'd be like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. How the fuck do you play that note?" And then he'll like do the thing, like he's learning a new note. He's not nearly as like practiced a musician as you would be. But he just knows enough to play a couple of jaunty like drinking songs. So you have a lot to teach him, or you could have a lot to teach him.
Meanwhile, Doc's teaching Tori how to play that Chumbawamba song.
She would like be very gentle about trying to teach him notes or like a different like melody or like method of playing, so long as he seemed to be vaguely interested in listening.
About like 2 to 5 minutes of talking to Tori about it, he would be all in on the lessons, so long as she didn't just go, "Wow, that sucked." And then because at that point, if he got upset, he would not be upset at Tori, but his inability to do it, in which case it would just make him try harder. So after you got the hook, he's done. He's invested.
Yeah. She's not mean about teaching music unless you break the instrument and then she beats you with the instrument. Is it getting to like nighttime though?
Yeah, so when you boarded the balloon and went up, evening was starting to come around, and the sun was beginning to set. And after a few hours, the sun dips down below the horizon, and the stars eventually come out, and you all realize that you all haven't seen stars or anything like that since you arrived in Downfall.
I'm gonna throw out one extra like descriptor because I'm excited. As like the stars and moon come up, like the glow that you saw with Tori like during the daylight, it now almost looks like the light is just kind of like wrapping around her more than like it coming from her, and then her eyes are like reflecting the moon essentially in the darkness.
Okay, so this is much more noticeable than like a tint.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll try an Arcana check to like try to understand this magical phenomenon.
Sure.
Meanwhile, like if you're still within the vicinity of Doc, he's just gonna look at you
Hey!
like, "The fuck is up with that?" What's going on? What are you doing?
Tattle's like, Bay is doing something.
With a nat 20, yeah, Z, feel free to give whatever information you feel comfortable giving with a nat 20.
It's for that, like, you know that it's not her casting anything. It just seems to be from her. It's not her doing. It doesn't seem to be her doing anything consciously, and it doesn't seem to be like any particular like type of magic or spell. Like it's been done. Like a spell has been cast on her. It's just her.
Does this seem like fairy behavior for like some types of fairies? Or is this like not normal? Even for a fairy?
Not normal from what you would understand, but you've heard stories about it.
Wow, that takes another meaning for Tattle. Like he's heard good stories and bad stories.
It's just it's you've heard
It is what it is.
yeah, you've heard stories about people that about fairies that seem to have a connection to light and or the moon or something.
Or celestial bodies,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
How long does that glow last? Is it a
Oh,
moment?
that's
Moment?
permanent.
Whoa. Oh,
Again,
this is
Doc just like, what the fuck's going on with you?
What do you mean?
What you mean? What do I mean? You like just like look at yourself. You're literally glowing and like swirling around or something. What are you doing?
She is like blinks at him and then looks down at herself, and then you see confusion.
Yeah.
And then
okay,
you see
cool.
her like lift a hand up and like examine it. And like stretch it out really far and examine it again. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. I feel fine.
So you're not actively doing this.
I was playing music. I was teaching you.
Well, yeah, you were teaching me. I was wondering if this had something to do with you playing music, or if this was just something you just fell
Hey,
out
do you
of
two? Do you mind lowering your voice a little bit?
Yeah, you're gonna wake the baby. Big
Doc.
Papa puts the baby on like a little cushion of cloth.
Are you talking about the little baby or the big baby at the moment?
Both.
I can hear both of you very clearly.
Big Papa Tattle scoots Dennis closer to Rex, and Big Papa is gonna saunter over to Tori and Dog, and he's like, "Yeah, something is different with you, Tori. I think I like it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I like it."
Look, I'll give you to a room, and Doc's gonna back away.
Tori just rolls her eyes.
Tattle rolls his eyes. Oh man. So you don't know what's going on with you, Tori. Is this something that you'd want me to look into? Maybe I can give you a potion, try to do an experiment.
She just kind of like makes a face and she like looks at her hand again. I might have an idea. There were stories about the gems when they've originally joined the court. About their magic.
Yeah?
Mm.
Well, I know you've got a history with your family. Your line as a gem. How are you feeling about having, I guess, this new power, this new aspect about you, knowing that it's connected to the gems? Feeling fine with it? Is it sitting well with you?
Let me double check which one of these come from this. she will just kind of, you see her brow furrow for a moment, and she moves her hand one way and then moves her hand another way.
Like
She
so.
seems, well, she's like, she's trying to do something and trying to figure out how to do something. And then she, like, tosses a hand out away from the balloon, and you just see this like really bright, like, a white flame launch out. She casts a sacred flame.
Whoa. Yeah, Tattle like just looks over and he puts his hand on the side of the carriage and he's like just looking at all like he just shot a firework from his point of view. It's like, whoa, that's pretty
And
awesome.
then she twists her hand a different way, and like there's a little minor illusion of like a tiny like baby Rex above her hand
that's
for 2
cute.
seconds. It's like, well, I mean, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I think, no matter what the source of this new magic, I think it's pretty exciting. This is something you can make your own. And I know you'll do some amazing things with it.
She kind of, there's a thoughtful look. She doesn't respond. There's just a thoughtful look. She's still staring at her hand.
Oh, well, Tattle is gonna rub her shoulder and he wants to smile. He just looks sad. And he's gonna lean into Tori and say softly, Tori, hey, you want to do something fun?
She just looks at him and arches a brow.
Look, since you got your writing back and all, I think it'll be a pretty cool opportunity to go teach Zenny some more words. If you're not up for it, I don't mind teaching her some things myself, but it'd be fun to do it as a group.
And there's like a moment of like very clearly Tourmaline forgot.
Yeah, I know.
And then she
Oh,
slowly puts her lute away, and she like tries to pinpoint where Zinni is.
Yeah, where's Zinni and what is Zinni doing? What has she been doing during this?
She's just been watching them and like sitting on the ground and dozing like on and off of sleep, but like the music almost put her to sleep until like she started noticing that Tori was glowing. So she's just kind of like, "Am I dreaming this? What's going on?"
Yeah, Zinni's like leaned back against the side of the basket, like with this like dreamy look on her face. Her eyes like half closed, as she's just like looking at you, Tori, with like this goofy, dreamy look on her face.
oh man,
Like the
Tattle's
Christmas light tours, you know, like
yeah.
it's so pretty, the fireworks.
Okay, Big Papa is gonna wake up. Is Zinni? Oh, I love you, Zinni. He's like, all right, time to wake up, time to get your schooling. Yeah, it ain't time to catch no Z's. All the stars have come out to greet you, and they're here to listen to you say a couple more words, and we're gonna teach you.
I can say all the words.
Well, not from a page. You're saying them from your head, but we would say them from the page. And look, let me
She
get a
sounded
page.
so fucking offended. I can say all the words. Thank you. Excuse you.
Well, that's not what I mean. You're saying them from your head. Say them from a page. Do it right.
Hi.
Yeah.
Tourmaline will pull out the scroll that she like started Zinni reading a while back, but then she also pulls out a second scroll that's blank and kind of settles down next to Zinni. But she starts just humming just various lullabies or like talking under her breath, and you can realize that she is essentially all the songs that she has remembered to like try to remember stories or poems that she has remembered to recite. She is starting to write them down, and it's very clear that she like the stories that she is writing are much larger than the songs she was remembering. Like she was like remembering the key parts, but she's trying to fill in all the blanks.
Oh. Tattle's interested in her writing process. Does she like write a rough draft? Is she skipping drafting it completely and just writing novels because she's awesome like that?
She is essentially she's just trying to get everything in her head on paper right now.
Okay.
So like as soon as she is done with one poem, you see her like box it off on the scroll and like scoot to the side and start writing another poem. Or as soon as she's done with one story, she's like boxing it off and going to the next story.
All right, hun. This is good. Keep it coming. Keep it going. And me and Zinni. All right, Zinni, scoot over here. As she's writing, we're gonna read this. All right. So this word is this right here. All right. All right. We gotta hurry up. She's outpacing us. We gotta catch up. Hurry up.
There's no way I can read as fast as she's writing.
Look.
It's a scroll. It's a scroll. You could just take the part that she's done with.
Yeah. Tattle holds up the finished parts for you to read, and he's gonna like sound them out, like just start sounding them out and run his finger across the text as he goes. But he's like looking at you to like do the sounds as he's making the sound. Oh,
Once a pawn? A pawn.
Yeah. This is not going too great. I rolled a 9.
She's half asleep. She got woke up. This
Yeah.
is like having the English class at like 8 a.m. during school.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. Like, oh.
first semester exam, pop quiz actually.
Yeah, it's basically like, wake up, pop quiz. I'm like, huh?
Skip the breakfast.
If you like singing and songs and stuff, everything has a rhythm if that helps you. Words have rhythm. Sentences have rhythm.
Okay. I mean, I trust you. A lot of words.
Well, how about you pick a few of them that you like the ones that look interesting to you, and we can start with those and just build up your vocabulary.
Or if you want,
vocabulary.
if there's a story or a poem or like something that you want to read about, I probably know something that I can write down about it.
I mean, I don't know any of y'all's stories, so all of it's new to me.
I mean, or do you like? I know you like animals, but is there a particular type of animal that you like, or a place that you've been to that you like wanted to know more about that I might know about, and that type of stuff?
Not really. The only places I've been is Theros and the carnival and a forest and now here. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all just pick something out of a hat and it's all going to be new to me.
It's just like the first thing that came to my mind was just like mean of like, okay, time to make her read the Jabberwocky poem.
Oh no.
Gil, I mean,
I was
were there
gonna suggest
The
maybe
southern rendition, Snicker Snack.
was there something like were there types of stories that you liked listening to?
or is there like a story from Theros that you like?
No.
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 I'm sorry, did I
It's okay.
say
Just
something?
I'm not gonna. Yeah. Just tell me something about dragons. How about that?
Dragons. Okay. And
Coming
And she's looking at the little baby, like just yeah.
Tori will I don't know if Arwen. I'm gonna
I mean,
say
technically,
something,
you're
and
the juggle.
you can like fully nix it.
No, I mean, go ahead. I'll give you creative freedom here.
Well, she was going to go like start writing out a story of some bullshit prank that the fairy dragon, like high fae, archfey in
Sure.
the of like what he did. I can't pronounce his name. It starts with an S.
Steven.
No, it's like Sculachi or something
Steven?
like that. Of like him and his fairy dragons and a bullshit prank they did at the court one time, and the repercussions of it, and write that out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you maybe roll another intelligence check, see if that
Okay.
entertains any enough.
Roll.
Nope.
She's falling asleep.
Boring.
She's like,
Wow.
maybe we should try again another night.
Yeah.
I think Miss Roomba's got me where I can't really concentrate. I appreciate it though.
Poor Zinni.
And
It's
Zinni,
probably there's probably a reason she never learned to read. Just can't sit still or think and concentrate.
Well, she did really well the first time we did this.
Yeah, today's an off day.
Maybe Zinni's just not interested in the pranks story.
I think she's probably just exhausted from
She's
the events
sad.
of the day. Yeah, and then like Roomba and
she depressed.
so I'm just gonna yeah, thanks. And she's just like, I'm just gonna sleep right here now.
Aw.
It's like that like fucking toddler sound. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah, take a nap right here,
Take a nap
okay?
right
yeah. All right. Yeah, if there's nothing else y'all want to do in the balloon, we can go ahead and cut to when you wake up, and everybody go ahead and take your long rest on your sheet if you haven't already.
There's one thing Tattle has to do. He has to paint something on his shield. Some of the paint came off and he noticed it. So he's gonna fix that.
Tattle spends the entire night creating our season 2 clothes. That's what Tattle does.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, yeah.
Doc kept his jacket off, and I'd say like for the duration since he had been on the ship, and once they had seen the sun, he took it off and just set it aside, and hasn't really bothered to go back to it since. But
Doc without his security blanket.
yeah, he threw his big old leather gross thing on the ground, and it looks a lot worse now in the sunlight because swamp light, it makes everything look kind of brown and green, but when the daylight hits it, it looks like it was in a swamp for a few days.
Doesn't one of you have prestidigitation? I mean, come on.
A couple of us do.
Doc doesn't, so Doc
I
is-
have prestidigitation.
I guess before like staying up all night to like make the clothes for everyone, Tattle is gonna have like some deep thoughts, and he'll tell Tori that, you know, I got something to tell you. I need some time though. Just wanted to say that soon I'll tell you something that's been on my chest heavy as of late. Well, good night.
Tease.
Wow.
Tori is so confused.
What a dick move right before bed.
Tori was like getting distracted by like, okay, I'm gonna try and fix Doc's fucking nasty ass cloak, and then just like that shit. She's like, okay.
Tattle's
Okay.
serious mode. He's just working hard all night, working the midnight oil. He super focused, not a goofy person like usual. He's got a sense of cunning and sharpness about him that he does not display often. He's serious Tettle.
Tor-
And yeah.
Tori will like go over to Doc's coat at some point, and you see her just staring at it very intently, and then like her like trying a few times of like these different like hand motions, and then
Oh, yeah,
eventually
yeah.
you just see this like light all of a sudden on her hand and the cloak, and then it fades very quickly, and she just, yes, that's it, that's exactly it. She fucking cleans the dumb coat.
Oh, my
It smells good now.
Doc is on the frontmost windy portion of the basket so that he can get the wind kind of brushing through his hair, and he's just leaning on the railing enjoying the moonlight, just kind of hanging out on his own. But he has just completely forgotten about whatever else is happening. Head empty.
No thoughts.
Head empty, no thoughts.
long rest. Got that
All right,
big
I'm
sleep.
gonna go pee, and then
Okay.
yeah, if anybody else needs to go pee, do it now.
Andy, you make all of our characters look pretty.
Yay.
Abracadabra.
New clothes in the basket.
Rex is just really vibing with the tuxedo.
Yes.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You're gonna start a trend. I'm serious. There's gonna be other characters with this outfit.
You say that now, and then, but you're gonna have to have a season 3 update for Rex. He's gonna have to
Oh, I know.
find a new set of clothing.
Something
Or-
to figure out over the next few months.
Or a weapon upgrade if
That's up to the DM. It's not up
Yes,
to me.
that's true.
I'm just waiting for Tori to be like, "Hey, I want that flute." Because once you tell Doc that you have something, or that he has something you want, he's going to lord it over you for as long as he can.
See, the issue is I want it as a player. Tori kinda wants it, but Tori does not realize that she wants it right now because she also doesn't know that it's magic. She just thinks it's a weird fucking flute that you got.
Well, I need to find. I imagined a song when I was a song came to my mind when I was imagining how it sounded. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I found it. Oh fuck! Hold on. Where is
It's
it?
very loud.
It was
Sorry.
so loud.
Not
Yeah, what's up, dude?
If,
morning,
if you
everyone.
weren't awake before, you certainly
Yes.
are now.
This is the song I imagine, or this is the sound I imagine the flute
Yes.
has.
Yes. Lugia song? I love that. That fucking movie, I swear to God.
I've never seen it.
It's great.
I loved it so much when I was younger. It's been forever since I've watched it.
We all here, gang?
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready to move to the next thing?
Never. All RP. Nothing but RP.
Yeah, so the sun is shining brightly and morning has arrived. Whoever is asleep is awoken by Morgort saying, we're gonna be making our descent now, folks. So up and at 'em. It's almost landing time.
Tori probably fell asleep on top of Rex at this point, because that's the highest she could figure out how to get.
Right.
Just seeing how we're feeling after that.
Ooh, so pretty.
Ooh, so we're at Forest Kingdom now?
Yay!
This is some shit that Doc can get behind.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so as you all begin to wake up and peer over the basket, below you the mist parts to reveal this beautiful primeval forest. It looks so much more like what Doc and Tori are used to. There's a fragrant breeze wafting in the air. The trees are just enormous, and the breeze sends motes of pollen dancing into the air, and you begin slowly descending, and with a soft thud, you land on the forest floor, patches of sunlight kissing the floor, and the sweet melody of birdsong echoing all around. And you have arrived in thither.
As soon as the basket touches the ground, there's a faintly audible just like, and then that's it.
Oh my god.
So there's actually like sunlight here. It's not fogged
Yes.
over. Okay.
Yes.
Tori's gone. Tori just like flies off. She's not running away flying,
Just
but like into the
gone.
trees. Into the trees. There's trees here. There's plants here.
This is very much like the forests of the Feywild that you know.
It's like giddy exploration. She can be
Yeah,
up high.
Zinni's coming out of the basket and kind of just looking around, kind of amazed.
Doc
Touching
is
the trees.
looking around at the trees, and he is starting to get this like kind of excited grin, just like, oh, this is where the Fae belong, not that fucking fart swamp.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Tattle's like, but that's like what I remember from.
Tattle almost reluctantly eases out of the carriage. He's wearing some homemade, custom-made, unseelie style studded leather armor. The sort of armor that like Dark Fae mercenaries or adventurers would wear. He looks around, squints his eyes at the sun. He has several daggers like on his belt from his friends and one that's his. And he's going to scoop up his baby in one arm and like just show it around at some nice little flowers if he can find some.
Yeah. So the little dragon, which you need to name, by the way, happily just flies off of your hand and over to a huge flower. I mean, everything in the Feywild generally is larger in terms of flora, and that's the same thing here. The flowers are huge, and this he like actually well, you can decide what gender the dragon is. I just have been defaulting to he. It goes inside of this flower and like covers itself in pollen, and like shakes it all around and just begins gleefully playing in the pollen.
Tourmaline's
That's
like
an allergy
gone
hazard, but it's so
in
cute.
the trees for about a minute, and then she goes flying back directly to Rex. It's like crash lands on his back. We're on the ground, Rex. You need to get up. You need to get up. We're in trees. There are trees. We're in a forest. There's
And he
flowers.
very, very gingerly, slowly pokes his head out of the shell. Oh, we're good? Okay.
When you shell, Doc will run over and be like, Rex, look out, we're still in the air! Just like grab your shell and start shaking it.
Hold on a second.
Oh no.
So insane.
I need to make a chaos roll. Okay. Rex will get really, really close to Doc, like uncomfortably close. Like his eyes are, his beady little eyes maybe like an inch away from your face. And then what you don't see is as he's getting close to you and being threatening, he brings his hand up and flicks you on the forehead.
Ow!
And then he stands up tall and gets off of this goddamn balloon. and just breathes the longest sigh anybody's heard ever.
Doc just rubs his face in discontent. Just like, oh, I thought it was funny.
Tourmaline's like flying like a foot or two in front of him, and she just like looks him over.
To be fair, that's probably the best that could have gone. What if he'd like really freaked out at you?
He would never freak out that bad. He's like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's his fear.
Well, yeah, but like, why would he do that to me?
All right, Chucklefucks, let's go. So
man.
Clapperclaw climbs out of the basket, and he's like, I know a place where you can go. I have a friend that lives kind of nearby, I think. And then after I leave you in with him, I'll make my way back.
We appreciate everything you're doing. I mean, you don't have to. You can just kind of point us in the direction if you'd rather just get out alone, because I know this is kind of a thing where you don't really want to be here.
Nah, I'll take you there and introduce you. If I introduce you, maybe he won't be as startled.
I gotcha. Alrighty.
And he begins to lead the way through the
Is it-
forest.
Rex is gonna ask, is it far from here?
I don't think it's super far. Maybe an hour or two.
Okay. When you come back, I'll walk with you. I'll walk you back to the balloon.
Okay.
Zenny casts Pass Without a Trace on everybody, just in case.
What is your pass without a trace?
Hold on.
What does it look like?
What does it look like? It looks like a mess right now. Oops, no, stop. Hitting the wrong buttons. It's just like I guess it would be more like a fog right now since we're in a forest. It's kind of like, when a forest, after it rains, like the little steam that comes up off the ground is a little hotter than the atmosphere. So there's like a fog that kind of covers everyone.
Tourmaline is in the trees the entire time.
What is she doing in the trees?
She's
That's
that's just
so
the way that she is like fucking moving, like rather than just like riding around on Rex's shoulder. She is just like from branch to branch, just like flying along like that. And she it's tall, it's green, there's sunlight. She is happy. She is way above nasty swamp water. She's far away from it.
She's doing like ballet jumps, like when you land on with you lead off with the one foot and then you land softly on the front foot.
Mm-hmm.
Very graceful.
Uh, wow, I just had a contrasting image in my head. Tattle's doing the opposite. He puts on a clawed glove. It's pretty much a reflavored shield. Like he can hold it and like block attacks with it, but it's just a clawed gauntlet. Badass. He's going to jump up and try to climb the trees, and just using strength and athleticism, he's like, jumping from tree to tree in a badass way. Not graceful, but he's just looking like a cool guy. Total opposite of Tori.
Yeah, you guys, Tourmaline, as long as there are trees, Tourmaline is not next to the group. Tourmaline is up.
So Doc will like he has his coat back on now, and it's clean, which he doesn't understand but does appreciate. And when he walks through the forest on the underbrush, if the grass comes up like a little bit higher in some areas, he only every so often will do like one or two little skips and hops. Particularly when the grass comes up about to the tip of his hoof, where his hoof meets his like his actual foot, or the hoof ends rather.
Most of us are far more happy in this area, I think.
I don't know what the other biomes that could possibly be in this game. But I don't know how you get more Fey than this shit.
Tori, are you flying to the tops of the trees, or are you flying around the trunks? Like, is it like how exactly are you going through the trees?
It's probably kind of scattered. Like if she's like gets ahead of the group at all and is like trying to wait for them, she might go up above and like see if she can reach the top to like take a look before they come back, or like before they are under the tree she is currently in. Otherwise she's kind of like moving through the lower portions of the branches and into the middle portions of the branches,
Okay.
enough that she can see the group generally, or at least know where they are.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
No, that's right. We're gonna have to be like above the treetops to notice shit now, rather than just like walking. 15.
Yeah, so as you're flying around these trees and you're kind of going quick, and you almost miss it, but out of the corner of your eye you see a piece of paper nailed to one of the trees.
She will stop and investigate.
Yeah, and what you see is a wanted poster, and I will show it to everyone. So it is a piece of parchment with a sketch of a boy on it, and it says "Wanted, Will of the Feywild. Special offer: bring this impetuous brat to me, and you can claim one item of your choice from my workshop, Granny Nightshade."
Tori will. So it's like just like put up with a pin like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem magical at all, or does it seem more mundane?
Nope. No magic.
Okay. She will take the paper and wait for the rest of the group to come closer and kind of drift down from the trees. And I found something. Holds out the wanted poster.
Can't read it.
Will of the Feywild, something something. Get an item, Granny Nightshade. Well, why would anyone want to help her?
True, but Clapperclaw, do you know who this is?
Clapperclaw looks, he says, I've heard of him, but I really don't know much.
Hmm.
Well, what have you heard?
Well, you see, Granny Nightshade likes to get children to work for her, and Will is one of the children that won't work for her, and she's been trying to catch him, to get him, to put him to work.
She's looking for this dude so that she can force him to work for her?
Yeah,
To do what?
all of her her, I guess, servants or workers are children.
Hmm.
So rather than
What
make
are they
frog
made
copies
for?
like Bavlorna did, she just snatches kids.
Clapperclaw starts to like shake. I don't want to talk about it
Oh,
anymore.
yeah, darling, you don't have to say anything else. And she looks at everybody and kind of. Why don't you just go ahead? We'll keep going the way you're taking us to your friends.
Can Tattle try a history check to maybe recall some rumors he may have heard about William?
You would not have heard any rumors about
Okay.
this.
So he's exclusive to this like sectioned off part of the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Clapperclaw, if it'll make you feel better, do you want to ride on my shoulders?
He nods. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, let's
cool.
do it. And I'll get close to him and pick him up.
I've got a son now.
You all continue through the forest. It's been about 30 minutes or so of walking, and you begin to hear off the path in the woods. You hear kind of a scratching sound, and as you get closer to the scratching sound, there are tracks leading off of the path and down into the thicket.
Did it look like people tracks or animal tracks?
It looks like animal tracks, but also wheel tracks.
Hmm.
If anyone wants to do an investigation check to see what kind of tracks these are.
I don't want to do that, but I do want to use Detect Magic Vision.
Holy shit. Tattle, you can tell me why you know this, but you identify these tracks immediately. They are owlbear tracks.
Oh!
Yeah, Tattle just crouches, runs his hand across the tracks. He's gonna sniff them. Owlbear tracks. Yeah, I reckon.
Why are you
I've
smelling them? Does that help?
Tattle just shakes his head like, "Oh, come on, you don't know a thing about owlbears, do you?" And Tattle just like gets up, puts his hands on his hips. He's like, yeah, it does help, Doc. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert. I'm quite good at tracking."
How did you know Doc was gonna talk shit next?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
You said like
I
Rex did,
scared him.
but Doc was like, I was gonna say Doc leans over to Rex and just goes, "He's so full of shit." But then you cut him off. Like he opens his mouth and you say that, and he's just like, fine.
Tourmaline hears Owlbear and just like freezes like on the branch that she is on. Is like, the opposite direction's a good idea. Yep, that opposite direction.
Look.
What? You never seen an owlbear before?
What's strange to you, Tattle, is that the way that these tracks are laid out, it's like it looks as though the owlbear was carrying the wagon or whatever made these wheels.
So it could have been a mount or something. Could have been a. He's thinking it could be someone's pet and they're hanging out with someone. in some like mutual like friendship thing. Tattle's like, maybe there's something to investigating further. I'm not quite too sure that the owlbear in question is hostile. Could just be somebody's mount.
I really don't want to risk it. Because if it is hostile, owl bears are scary.
They're not
We
that
have-
scary. I wrestled an
They're
owl bear one
scary.
time.
Oh, Rex, you did?
You're like 4 times my size and like 100 times my weight, and you have a shell.
Well,
Yeah, Rex is
I'm
pretty
not
scary.
suggesting you wrestle an owl bear. I'm just saying they're not as scary as you think they are. They're actually
They are.
they're
very
territorial,
scary.
but they're if you just leave them alone, they'll leave you alone.
Thus, why we should go the opposite direction. We leave it alone, it'll leave us alone. Thank you for
Listen.
agreeing with me.
Y'all are worried
Oh,
about this
oh.
owl, like we don't have
Shit,
Zinni
she
right
got me.
here. Just like gesture to Zinni, like, you know, friend to all the animals, the one who adopts everybody. This
Oh,
one.
I mean, I can talk to them, but I mean, I don't know if they're gonna,
Animals love you. Like, what's it gonna say? No.
or eat me.
It's well, not with all of us around. Surely you'd think twice before doing that.
We can try.
To be honest, I don't know much about howlbears, but I'm not scared of them on principle.
I mean, there's tracks like what with it? Like it was their tracks and then something else.
Yeah, looks like some wagon done cut through here. Could be some wandering trader. I mean, we did find a wandering tavern, so a trader
Well, I
is
mean,
not.
yeah.
not
Then
that
if the tracks are with the owlbear, it probably means that there's somebody with the owlbear, or
we could head the other way. I know Tori is not so keen on following so close to this owlbear, but maybe we can find some other folks in this region. Maybe they know some stories about uh, a wagon carrying owlbear.
Mm. All right. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, come looking for me.
You're going alone?
We'll just go together. We're all
I
more
don't want
convincing as a
anybody
group,
that
yeah.
doesn't want to go.
Tori can fly. What's Alvar gonna do? Climb up there and get her?
No, not when we're all down here on the ground.
Yeah, and we're
I could just, if
anybody's
you need,
it's gonna be us.
But
I mean,
I
if
don't
it-
want to watch you guys get eaten either.
I could just hold it in place.
I mean, it could be a bear owl. I mean, that's quite a different bag of beans.
They're a lot meaner. It's hard to believe, but
Bear, that's not real.
That depends
Absolutely
on
real.
yeah, that depends on what laws you believe in.
I don't believe in the law.
these.
I would go see him. I'm always down for something that sounds like a bad idea to Tourmaline.
Oh my god.
She's
Sorry,
gonna
I'll-
find a pine cone or acorns or some shit and just pelt Doc with it.
Just like you throw it, gets stuck in his hair, bounces onto his horns, and he's just like he just looks up at you and it just gives you just a confident shit-eating grin. Like you can throw as many pine cones as you want, but it's not going to change my mind.
Then he starts walking after the tracks.
All right, Tattle follows, trying to help, follow the tracks.
Yeah, you head about 20 feet down, and it doesn't take you long to see at kind of the bottom of this. It kind of slopes down a little bit, almost like a slight gulch. And at the bottom, you clearly see an owlbear that is yoked to a wagon. I will show.
Somebody's yoking that owlbear.
There is no one in the wagon. The wagon is in kind of rough shape. The owlbear is looking around, just kind of confused and lost.
Oh, look, ain't that so? Like, see the look on his face? He looks a little bit bewildered.
Speak with animals from over here. Not
That's
getting
great.
closer. Hi. Are you okay? Do you need some help?
So I always have issues with this. I don't know because rules as written, owlbears are actually not beasts,
They're
which means that
monsters.
speak with animals does not work on owlbears.
I had that.
However, Zinni, your connection to beasts is so strong that even though you can't kind of directly communicate in a language with this owlbear, you can still get these kind of concepts, feelings, and vague emotions from the owlbear. It definitely seems confused. It doesn't seem, it's not hostile, but it is also not in a great mood. It seems nervous. It seems confused, and you get the distinct feeling that it's like looking for, its master or the person who, is handling it. Go ahead and make an animal handling check to try and calm it down.
With guidance. I've been rolling terribly. Yeah, see? I don't need to roll anything. Y'all don't let me roll anymore today.
Hold
Do I need to,
on.
like, calm him down?
Oh my
He's
god.
distressed.
Can I tell anything about the wagon?
Yeah, it is very clearly of elven design.
Tettle will try to like calm it down
Yeah,
and
can
give
y'all
it
calm him
some. Yeah, Tettle tries to give it some seeds
I will let Zinni roll again, since she has a
to
plus
help.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. And
As
give him
you
this.
try to help.
Yeah.
There we go.
down.
So it doesn't. So as you like put the seeds near it, that whiff of home smell obviously hits the owlbear, and owlbears are carnivores, so it's not going to eat the seeds. But once it smells that, it begins to calm down with the help of Zinni kind of doing whatever Zinni is doing. What is Zinni doing to calm down the owlbear?
Trying to hoot.
What?
Like, just to hoot like an owl, but not like... just like the
Aw.
little soothing little noise. Not like hooting at it, like trying to insult it, but just kind of like little soft sounds like that she would think that it would make. Because she don't know.
What if it
She's
starts
just
to
doing her
bark?
best, like with her hands up and just trying to like not approach from behind the owlbear, coming straight for like with her hands up and just kind of gentle tones and being like, I don't know, try to see if it wants to be hooked from the harness.
It would let you get the feeling it would let you unhook from the harness, but it doesn't seem as though it's bothered by it.
Okay.
This this it's kind of like this is what it was raised to do. Now as you do look at the harness, you notice an emblem on the front of it. And it's a juniper twig.
She will say Juniper and just see if there's any reaction thing
Yeah, the
saying what's
owlbear's
on?
little ears perk up, and as if it recognizes it as its name.
Well, that's a beautiful name. She's like, she'll let everyone know that's the owlbear's name is Juniper, and it's a wonderful name. It's you perfectly.
See? They're not that scary, Tori. I've been trying to tell you.
Mm.
It's like Doc will gesture to the rest of the group.
City's doing
having,
great.
Like, just looks directly at Tori and then just gets an even bigger, even shittier grin.
Wow,
Tori
Tattle said-
is still in the trees. She is not coming down. She is
Fun fact, y'all.
good,
they're
like,
carniv-
15 feet. Yeah, they're carnivores. They
Yeah.
eat people. And we are perfect snack sizes.
Well, there are a lot of things in this forest that are snack sizes that aren't us. So I was going to let it loose so it could go get its snacks elsewhere.
She
Or
speak for
or we could.
snack.
I mean, the person that is with this carriage.
Mm.
I want to find out more about the carriage, but Tori's not getting anywhere near the owlbear.
Juniper's not going to hurt anybody, are you, Juniper? You're so awesome, and like trying to like carefully like convince herself to pet this owlbear because she's scared, but trying to do it so Tori won't be scared. Like, look, Juniper is amazing.
So y'all were worried, but I knew Zinni would befriend it.
We don't know yet. I think I'm just an acquaintance at this point.
Just an acquaintance.
Yeah, Tori's staying in the trees. She's well out of Juniper's reach. It's like, yeah, Juniper, you have fun with Juniper. No.
Juniper does not sound like the name of a killer.
There's a lot of things that don't sound like the name of a killer, but they are.
Yeah.
If Juniper wanted to eat me, she already would, or they already would have. I don't know what Juniper.
How do you know
Is she a
it's
boy
not
or a
just
girl?
because
Like,
Juniper? It's like, how do you know it's not because Juniper has just already eaten today? What about tomorrow?
Because nobody wants to
Well,
eat Zinni.
actually, owlbears. I mean, they are very territorial. If that owlbear was hungry and it wanted to attack Zinni, it probably would have already at the distance she's.
I mean,
she's
Again,
closing.
he may not be hungry today, but what about tomorrow?
But we may not be with Juniper tomorrow. I kind of want to just help Juniper today.
Well, then let Juniper go, and we can move on, and we just won't have to deal with it.
I think you're just upset because Zinni befriended it before you could have.
I am perfectly fine up here away from that thing. I'm good.
I'm gonna search the wagon and then, see if there's any clues or something valuable.
Excuse me. Doc will walk over and be like, I'll give you a hand with that. Just walk and search the cart to see if there's anything in it.
Well, let me see here.
And I will look around for footprints.
Should we take it off the cart, you think?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if they don't return for Juniper, Juniper can't get around the forest and hunt with this cart attached to them.
Well, there you go. Well, Doc will take out one of his daggers and... Well, wait, are the harnesses just belts?
Yeah, you could just probably
Because I could just undo the belt.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc will take a second to fiddle with the harness belts and straps and undo them so that Juniper can be free.
Yeah. So yeah, you unhook them, and it falls to the ground, and Juniper kind of looks around at everyone, and she's doesn't seem to understand. So she just, in front of Zinni, she just like lays on the ground,
Oh.
Not on her side, but like on her, like, kind of
Yeah.
like a sphinx,
I think
Oh, yeah.
Juniper's gonna wait and see if I don't know. Maybe
Who's looking for footprints or what?
Rex is.
Yeah, sure. So go ahead and make make an investigation.
Can I do survival?
Sure.
All right.
Oh.
And I was gonna need it. 12.
Guidance.
We
yeah.
don't.
Okay.
Just add guidance to everything.
Just assume if I can
15.
reach you, I'm gonna.
Excellent. Yeah, so it doesn't take you long. You wander off a little bit, kind of back up to the road area, and you look around. It doesn't take you long to find these monstrous claw prints. I mean, these prints are huge. Each print spans 3 feet from heel to toe.
And they're so I can assume that they're not junipers.
Correct.
Okay.
That would be
I
the
will-
most terrifying owl bear
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. So I will return to the group and say, everybody, I think we got a big bad monster to chase.
Chase.
And see, Tori, you were worried about an owlbear.
What?
I saw
What
some
kind
real
of-
big footprints coming from the direction this thing was running from.
If I'd known just getting in the sunlight was going to make all of you go insane, we should have stayed in the swamp.
Oh no, I'm always like this.
Fucking going running after owl bears, not running after monsters?
I'm not for running after the monster. I mean, that we might can skip.
What? Are
Well-
we
on
supposed to
that
be
one.
going to see Clapperclaw's friend? I think that sounds like a good plan of action right now.
What are we gonna do about Juniper?
You just wanted to free her so she could go hunt, right?
But she's not.
Clapperclaw.
She's just laying down.
Well, maybe
Clapperclaw,
she
do
doesn't
you-
want to hunt right now. Maybe she's just gonna go hunt tomorrow.
Rex will look over to Clapperclaw and be like, what do you think? Is it cool if we take care of this, or do you mind sticking with us for a little bit, or do you want to go right to the place?
I'm fine with whatever you all want to do.
Out of character, I hate those answers so much. They're non-committal, non-answers.
He's like, I'm just chilling. I love you.
Whatever
I
you
mean,
want to
he
do.
does have he is kind of indebted to you, so at this point he's gonna,
Oh. Tattle's gonna try to loot the wagon.
Yeah, Tettle's been messing with the wagon the entire time.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
see here. If there's anything.
Don't forget to check between the cushions.
Or loose change.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like there's anything in the wagon. You think it was probably just someone
A person.
going out for
A ride on the
a
town.
nice jaunty ride through the woods on it with their owlbear, steed, and something happened. Something accosted them.
Oh, Tattle checks the wagon for
That'll do
any
it.
signs of yes, and he will try to identify the flag. Excuse me, the flag, the banner that is on there. If you can't identify,
What was the first thing you said?
checking for signs of combat, like battle damage on the wagon.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there is damage to the wagon for sure. Some of the the intricate woodwork around the edge of the wagon is broken. There's scratch marks on the wagon. The flag is nondescript. It's just a plain blue flag. There's no symbology on it or anything like that.
It's just a cool flag. Like,
Yep.
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
can
So the only thing that we know is that there's footprints.
Very large claw prints that are, leading down the road. But I mean, they are kind of going in the direction that you're headed, so.
God damn it.
can I
You might want
use
to keep Juniper around.
can I use my wood carving like proficiency to kind of identify what sort of creature might have made this wagon?
Well, it's
Like,
an
since it's
elvish
a-
wagon.
Yeah, Tori knows it's an elvish wagon, but I don't know that she's said it.
I mean, I guess
Um,
she probably would have just, like, generally mentioned it a while ago. But since she has been distracted with arguing.
Yes, it is an elven design.
Okay.
It doesn't surprise you that there would be elves here. I mean, this is the Feywild. This is that sort of realm, so, you know.
Do I get the sense that it belonged to like just a regular elf or like a
Yeah, I mean,
noble elf?
it doesn't really look like it's nobility that you can tell.
Could just
But
be a
of course,
person just hanging out.
you don't know the customs of nobility here either. So,
Okay.
you know.
That would be something Tori would probably know, but she, again, is not coming anywhere closer. She's perfectly fine on her branch way up in the air. She just... we just need to go to Clapperclaw's friend. Why make him stick around any longer than he wants to?
Well, what if? I mean, we assume that whoever was traveling with this owl bear is probably in danger, right?
Which also means if we go chasing after it, we're going to be in danger too. So...
I think it'd make for an interesting story.
You gotta be alive to tell the story afterward.
Look, I'm
Tori,
gonna keep you alive, Tori.
you
Like,
can
we all
fly.
will keep you alive. Like, I don't mind even if you ditch us like in combat. I won't even hold that against you. I just
I
want
will.
you to, stay safe. Look,
I will.
I'll remind you of it every time we go to bed at night, just to make you feel like a little bit of a shit. But I'm only kidding.
Oh, that's very brave of you to admit now that you have the ability to tell secrets again, Doc.
Yeah, I know. I'm a good person. Look, Tourmaline, there's been a lot of moments where it's looked pretty dicey. But to be honest, I don't think any of us are going to die because I don't think any of us are willing to die yet. Which sounds a little stupid, but he shrugs. I feel pretty confident about it. Makes me feel better about walking around through these owl bear infested woods, and he does like spooky fingers.
You didn't have to say infested. That's quite the embellishment. Not really helping the situation.
Well, look at him. Or her. Look at them. They're lovely. But the point being is that
Majestic, even.
I don't really think none of us are going to get killed. Maybe hurt. Maybe beat up.
That's such a
We can't
jinx.
keep an owl there. I know we can't, but I don't want to leave it by itself when, sometimes critters, when they are, raised up to do certain things, they don't know what to do when they're not doing those things anymore. And that's what I worry about.
Like,
Does the
like-
owlbear know how to owlbear anymore? You know, like
That kind of hits deep.
Well, you know one thing's for sure. You're gonna have to feed the owlbear if it stays with you.
that's what I'm saying. We can't
And,
keep the
and
owlbear, but I just want
owlbears
to make
only
sure the
eat
owlbear.
one thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. We can collaborate, make some genetically modified good berries to be meat berries.
Meat
Fucking-
berries.
A mage hand shove it down its throat so that it just feels like it has a full stomach all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
presto! To make it smell and taste like meat, but it's a berry.
Oh, that's clever.
Mm, mm.
You think about that, but then you remember that owlbears, they're bear-sized. They have big appetites.
Well, I mean, that's why good berries are magic. They just magically fill you up for a day.
But again, how much intelligence do owlbears have?
Very little.
You might just want to keep eating, like just because you meet your
Yeah.
caloric or magical caloric value, you might want to eat more. Like if someone gives you some more pie, you probably will eat more pie,
Yeah.
even if you're full.
Yeah, you're telling me you've never been like, I don't think I'm hungry, and then somebody comes by with food and you think, oh, I could eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to like keep Juniper. I just want to make sure Juniper is safe somewhere. And with monster tracks, I don't know if. I mean.
I get
See,
it.
even
We should-
Zinni is not thrilled about the owl bear.
Well,
Don't lie.
I'm not smart. I'm not smart, but I'm wise enough to know that some critters you can't keep.
That hits deep.
Well, somebody has been keeping this creature.
Yeah.
They ride around and hunt with it, I assume.
Just because somebody else does something doesn't mean it's smart for you to try.
No, I thought we were going
Oh.
to go help the person that is being chased by the monster.
Well,
This is the first time Tourmaline's like, no, I don't care. I don't want to help anybody. I just want to leave this fucking thing alone.
So close to us on this edge of them. I hate it. I feel cornered.
okay. Can is there any scrap of cloth that looks like it may have belonged to the owner on anywhere since there was like battle damage?
Do an investigation.
Oh God, got it. Because my investigation is -1.
Go ahead and do
pretty good for
your
me.
guidance. Yeah,
13.
you kind of look around. You look all over the chariot part, and you look around on the ground below the chariot, and yeah, there's a little piece of just like leather.
She'll grab it and kind of take it to the owlbear because most critters have pretty good sniffing abilities, and she'll just kind of hold it out to Juniper. If Juniper doesn't go after the scent for their person they were with, then I'll do it. But we'll let them try first.
Yeah, it sniffs the cloth and kind of grunts and turns in the direction of those very large claw prints that are going down the road.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess we'll let Juniper stay here. Because Juniper is looking in the same direction as those claw prints, and I don't want to be responsible for Juniper getting hurt.
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna just put this out there. Do you think Juniper might protect their master? I mean, maybe it would be a good thing to bring her.
I mean, I convinced her to do so. I thought maybe she would have smelt it and gone that direction. But if she was spooked enough to kind of run this way, away from those tracks, she's probably not going to want to go back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'll do it. I guess, but I don't want to spook Juniper or look like a tasty treat. So I'm gonna walk off in the direction and turn into something with some tracking. I have CR2 now. Paddle. Turn around
Yes?
and don't follow me, okay?
Oh, what? Oh,
It just had.
what?
She just kind of makes a little claw with her hand and be like,
That was like, what? I don't get it.
ah. She doesn't want to say the word. She's just
He
gonna
has
like.
big old eyes. Looking
Mm.
at you with them big old eyes.
She does the little like, yeah, like cat thing with her hand.
Tattle looks over his shoulders like, what the fuck? All right. He looks away. Oh, man.
Zinni will go toward the tracks away from the owlbear and Tattle and saber-tooth tiger and kind of sniff around and sniff the little leather thing and see if she can track anything.
Yeah, the scent continues along the trail of the tracks. But the tracks go on for as far as you can see. And beyond.
That's just to be certain. There's no like magical essence or whatever left on the track, right?
No.
Okay.
Do I see any like blood or thing? Like struggle?
Yeah, you definitely smell, you can't see blood, you smell, it does smell like something was injured.
She'll just kind of not walk all the way back, but kind of make some grunty noises to try to get somebody that isn't Tattle.
What? What's up? Oh, all right, I'm coming.
Zinni, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay.
Just crouched, hugging my knees, looking at baby familiar.
Pay me no attention. Absolutely no attention.
Wow, that is exactly what you needed for this. Holy shit.
Zinni rolls good.
These claw prints definitely belong to some kind of dragon-like creature.
Oh, that's funny because I wanted a story about dragons. Irony. Just immediately drops wild shape as soon as Rex get over here. And it's like dragon, type something dragon. Not going after a dragon.
Oh.
I can second that.
And whoever is injured or worse, dragon injured bad, no. Totally gone.
Good English, Denny.
So, what you saying? Like, well,
I think that the dragon and has owlbeared this person for a snack.
Tattle thinks he's like, there's always a chance that they might be alive. Well, there's always that possibility. If we go now, that person ain't making it for sure.
We are not fighting a dragon.
Who said we had to fight a dragon? We could try to parlay with it, depending
You
on
ever
its
tried to
temperament.
take a meal away from a hungry animal?
It's
I mean,
like,
that's a good way to get your hand bit. Or,
The entire upper part of your body and maybe from the knees up a bit
right.
off.
That's a big mouth.
So then, do we just leave Juniper here in the middle of the woods?
How good are dragons at tracking stuff? Are they like natural hunters, or are they just big scary monsters? Because if we just run, that's a dragon catches us.
I believe the term is apex predator.
I don't know what an apex is.
tippy top.
The biggest
tippy
one.
top.
The best.
The biggest,
Predator.
the strongest, the smartest. If they're old enough, just
It's
the
like-
scariest.
Pretty much like Rex, you're the apex out of our little group.
Show those muscles.
Rex will flex his arm. Rex will like pick up his arm and start to flex and be like, "What? Stop! Come on, focus."
Tori
No,
just
it's
like,
my rippling muscles.
So, do y'all tell me what you think we should do? Because I'm not making a decision one way or the other, because one direction leads to certain doom and the other one is perhaps a snack of some sort from an owlbear.
Yeah,
This will fill up.
we can leave. Juniper is a grown owl bear that can take care of herself, and we can go to
But is she
Clapperclaw's
though? We don't know
friend.
how grown she
As we can go to Clapperclaw's friend, like we were
I'm
supposed
willing
to.
to leave Juniper by herself with a big scary dragon around if you are.
Are you going to protect if the big scary dragon comes back for Juniper? That's still fighting the dragon, and we decided we don't want to do that.
Why don't we just hide from the dragon? Again, what are the odds it's going to find us? It's a big forest. There's lots of owlbears, I bet. What if it just finds a different owlbear?
I'm sitting over here like, look, I'm not gonna throw a dragon at them, but like I'm kind of considering it to get them to shut the fuck up right now. Make a decision.
Doc is like, look, we don't have to fight the dragon. We can absolutely run away and hide from the dragon. I've got no problems being a coward when it comes to a dragon.
The issue is not the dragon. The issue is that Zinni doesn't want to leave the freaking owl bear.
No, that's what I mean. We bring the owlbear with us, and we just hide from the dragon.
You're going to hide an owl bear.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Why can't we?
Oh, well, I mean...
Then he just puts the other piece down at the owlbear's nose and kind of gives it a roll and then walks away.
What does that mean?
What did you put down at the owlbear?
A little strap of leather from its owner.
So it can decide, like, Airbud rules, which way it's going to go.
Airbud rules.
And turns into a giant
Amazing.
elk out away back to where the path was we were going with Clapperclaw and just waits for everyone.
Whoa.
Zinni is pouting now.
Petal is shook. He's like looking at the party like, wow. He has like he doesn't know what to think about the party. He goes over to Zinni and will fly around her.
She stomps a hoof impatiently, waiting for everybody to come on.
Tori, just as soon as everybody starts moving, continues flying ahead.
Doc will look over at Rex. Well, how do you want to handle this?
I kind of want to help.
I
I kind of want to track it down and find out what's up.
I don't know anything about dragons, neither. But he looks at the owlbear, and he just hears "In the Arms of the Angels" playing in the back of his mind.
Fuck.
Hey, Clapperclaw. Do you know if there are dragons around here? Is that normal?
I've never seen one.
That's not comforting.
What do you think, Doc?
They've never seen one, and yet we're finding one now.
Right a sec.
There sure are some big tracks.
I mean, we're heading in the direction the tracks lead, so
Can
I
you
guess we might as well.
tell how long Juniper was sitting here on whatever rig?
He
Didn't
shrugs.
we watch it come to the place we saw it running, right?
No,
We just
Okay.
heard it.
I just hallucinated that.
you heard. I mean, you heard it making sounds like scratching sounds.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we it was
For
stopped when we
some
came
reason-
on it.
For some reason, in my brain, I remember it as we saw it running off in the woods. I don't know why.
Nope.
Disregard.
Was walking around looking confused.
But can you tell how long Juniper was sitting around in this area? You're a survival guy. Doc don't know how to fucking do it.
How would I know how long it's been here?
Well, shit, I don't know. You track stuff. I figured you were like a wilderness type. Is that not something a wilderness type can do?
I mean, I'm not that much of an expert on it.
How fresh the tracks are.
Yeah. I mean, could I roll something for that?
Yeah, you can roll survival.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, they look maybe a few hours old.
Well, let me think about it, right? Track's been here for a few hours. Owlbear's still here. So, he just shrugs.
Let's just keep going along the path. If we see something, then let's figure it out. Let's just go.
Hey. Oh, shit. And he'll follow.
You all begin walking down the path, following these scratch marks towards your destination. And you walk for probably a mile, 2 miles, and then the trail disappears abruptly. The trail of scratch marks. And the scratch marks are deep. They're unusually deep, giving the impression that the creature that was here launched itself into the air at this point and flew off.
Yep, bad news for Juniper.
And before you even have really time to discuss that, you hear a voice shouting from inside the forest. Mercenaries of Granny Nightshade, show these villains the true meaning of revenge! And out of the trees walks a dryad, surrounded by 7 awakened shrubs. And that is where we are going to end our session tonight.
Some Biku shrubs.
One more. Here we go.
Boy.
Fucking... How Tourmaline gonna double back now and say no helping the innocent creatures?
Let's go.
It's not the innocent creature. It's the, like, she doesn't want to deal with the fucking owlbear with them the entire time. And she definitely doesn't want to fight a dragon. So she's like, both of those situations, I'd die.
But this is like a more skewed in our favor fight. Whereas